Philippe?
Okay, you're just really quiet again.
Really far away.
I'll try to turn up your volume.
Yeah, I turned up Philip's volume.
Turn up Philip's volume. That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sexy.
All right. Did you turn on the recording?
Checking.
Okay.
Are we on Twitch?
I was on Twitch
I wanna go on
for our live studio audience.
Yeah, you're the live studio audience. Oh yeah. So laugh when I say something funny. Haha. Good try.
Ooh.
Only laugh.
A little too much. We're gonna need a little less from you.
A little bit less.
Oh,
For your next life, come at this from the angle where you're dead inside. Now try
You
again.
can do that. You can accomplish
Take it from the top.
Yeah.
Hold on.
From the top. You ready, Philip?
Philip, that's a cute shirt.
I can't see Philip's shirt.
It's just a blank white T-shirt.
Well,
So
I'm
Not
a
missing
vault
out.
dweller tonight, guys. Guys, I'm a vault dweller.
Wow, Philip.
And I would
you're
just
so-
like to say-
One
Cute
more.
I would just like to say my belt is also Fallout.
Oh, thanks, dude. It's all floofy today because
Oh.
I combed it.
Sean, you have nice hair.
Gee, thanks. I need to get it cut by one of the girls pretty soon.
Nah, you
Oh,
should
no.
grow it out. You should come back looking like Jesus. You should just have like a Jesus hair.
I was
You're like,
literally. I don't know if Mercer hair would work on me.
I think you
I
could
don't
rock
like how he
Mercer.
cuts it.
I want Chad to grow Mercer.
I am growing my hair.
I want you to grow Mercer, but I don't want you to do the weird side shave undercut thing.
You
mean
the
like
thing
what you
that,
do?
You mean the thing that you told me to do? The thing that I said I wasn't doing? That thing? Okay, cool.
Did I say to do that? Oh, don't
Yep.
listen to me. I mean,
Cool.
I did it on my hair and it's great, but I don't know if you could. I don't want you to copy.
Alright, I'm ready to jump into this if y'all are. And I just said y'all, and I hate myself for it, but it's all good.
Chad?
Are
Never
you
mind.
ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, jumping back into the adventure with the League of Extraordinary Adventurers. Super awesome name. Okay. So, last time, you guys had a small run-in with a gnomish magical thief called Lombardi. You uncovered a list of legendary magical artifacts and received a hint through kind of a very intensive investigation, and later questioning his dead body. You guys discovered that further clues regarding the list could be discovered if you find a hidden archive in the city of Barat. You also were warned by a group of High Elven emissaries about the ending of ages, the age of ice and shadow, the time of Ragnarok. You guys attended a moot with the High Chancellor Bryek Moilson, as well as the High Prince under the mountain, Dane Druigson. You were asked by the High Chancellor to help stabilize Khazad-Dreg before war grips the Riverlands, by hopefully curing the old king, and were hinted at that a possible that you should go talk to the High Priestess Balakina for more information. And then also Grundy, towards the end of the last adventure, you were approached by the High Prince himself, Dane Druigson, and he was seeking a audience with you. You guys are currently just exiting the moot hall into the great dwarven cistern city under the mountain with your compatriot Doyle the Round. And just as you're exiting, kind of just witnessing a very, very strange spectacle with a how do I put this? A otherworldly messenger, a dwarven individual with torn rags and a blind cloth blindfold. That's what they call those. I know words. Who made me the DM?
You did.
We did.
Did it vote for you?
Do you want me at the end?
I'm not a woman.
I'm a woman.
This is a democracy.
This is a democracy. Just because some wet lady threw you a song. All right, enough side railing. Just because you guys are leaving the moot hall, you turn
I have a
around. Yes.
So, have we rested at all?
You
At all?
haven't really battled anything.
Okay, but like I'm just wondering if we'd had any time, because I wanted to smoke my
No
herbs.
fighting, no resting.
Stopping.
You guys.
I wanted to
I mean,
smoke
you
my
had
herbs.
You had a rest in between because you had the fight with the basilisks in the cave where Lombardi was held up,
Mhm.
but you had a long rest in between then and now, for sure.
Okay, so I didn't. Would you say I would have done that, or I would not have done? Because I don't think I mentioned it to you at all.
I just assume people long rest unless they say otherwise.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Continue on.
All right. So as you guys are exiting the moot chambers into the city under the mountain of Kaza Dreg, kind of overwhelmed by the sounds of industry, the smells of smoke, and the huge, deep drop into the belly of the mountain before you, you hear light footsteps behind you in kind of a shrill dwarvish voice. Mr. Grundy! Is any of you Mr. Grundy?
I turn and meet him eye to eye.
Oh, I'm sorry, I guess it must be you, right? I've been requested to ask you to meet the High Prince. It's a bit of a secret meeting, if I'm so bold. He's asked to meet you at the Thanes Bridge on the outside of the city. The High Chancellor has eyes everywhere. We need to meet in private, if that's at all possible.
Right. All right, lead the way to the High Prince meeting.
Please, my lord, keep your voice down.
Grundy, I'm sorry. What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Is he leading the way?
Or
do I have to just go there?
He just, like, his face immediately flushes red, his eyes kind of drop like he just completely failed his mission. And he's like, oh, just ask around. I'm just gonna go back. He turns around, starts walking back into the moot hall.
Thank you very much.
Doyle's like,
I'll be right back.
I know where the Thanes Bridge is.
So we can all hear this happening, right? We're all with him. Okay.
The rest of us will be welcome there, though.
Hmm.
On his own, and
Yeah, are we welcome?
I'm guessing not, but you could stay a few paces away. I'll certainly tell you what he says.
what if we meet you at the Great Temple?
Very good.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna go with Doyle. Or no, I guess no. I'll just go by myself to the High Bridge.
Okay.
Doyle's leading you.
Okay.
You can point it out. He can point it out to you and then like lead you if you want. But
I'm playing D&D. D&D.
okay.
No
Okay,
one
so what's everyone doing right now? Grundy and Doyle are heading off to the meeting. Is anyone else going? Or
Anyone else? What?
going with Grundy, or are there other?
I'm gonna go with Grundy, but not like once he gets to the bridge. I mean, I'll go wander off nearby, but I'll stay probably within a couple hundred yards of him.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Okay.
I
So
just want to kind of go do my herb thing, so I'm gonna go off and do my herb thing.
do your herb thing.
We can do the herb thing later, Chad.
Doyle's actually there is a wonderful patch of mushrooms in a small cave actually under the bridge. Maybe I could show you that on the way.
I'm tempted. I'll go do that.
Anyone else?
How does he know about my herb thing? Actually, he probably knows because it's.
Oh, I assumed you just said that. Sorry.
You've been talking about it this whole
I'm gonna go
time.
save
so-
some herbs, guys.
Gotta get some food.
Just 3 to 1.
Does anyone have any LSD? All right, cool. Yeah, no, sure. Oh, I'll say that out loud. I'm gonna go.
Go to the mushroom grove.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
thank you.
All right, Aethys.
Kind
So,
sir.
are you on Team Library Temple or Team Prince Meeting on the bridge?
Oh, it's on the bridge? I might as well just go to the meeting then. Hell yeah, bridge meeting.
Aethys?
I can make decisions.
Wait, is she going with Philip? With Grundy?
Yeah. So far, Grundy, Doyle, Tira, and Ulrich are going.
If I'm invited, sure.
Well, I don't know if we're
Come on,
invited
Niall.
to the actual meeting, but I'm just gonna
If
hang
I'm
out.
invited by Grundy, I will.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and head towards the temple right off.
All
I'm
right.
invited to follow. I don't know if you're invited to the meeting.
Okay. So, as you guys start, I need to turn off my Facebook. Okay. You guys start heading through the densely packed city, kind of through different industrial centers. Let's see. Aethys, roll a perception check.
Perception.
What'd you get?
I got 29.
29. As you are walking through the city, you can kind of hear, a slight scuffle, a kind of commotion coming out from one of the side alleyways. And kind of like looking around, you can't see down the alleyway right off, but you notice a group of 3 of the dwarven city guards, the Longbeards, kind of standing backs against the wall, kind of like looking down the alleyway and chuckling to themselves. As you guys kind of walk down the road farther and get a chance to look down the alley, you can see a small group of 3 to 4 dwarven individuals kind of in a tightly knit circle, kind of gyrating and punching towards the center. You can hear kind of muffled cries coming from the inside of the group. Kind of briefly you see an individual stand up, taller than the dwarves, with longer blonde hair and a black eye. It's like, get down here, you pointed your bitch! Like, they start beating on her again.
They're picking up a woman?
Yeah.
And it's an elf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna... Is it like dark there, or...?
Yeah. The whole of this under city is very dim most of the time, except for the few exceptions where there's large braziers set out.
So I can't see.
So this is kind of the whole group eventually, but Aethys is the one who notices it first.
Okay. Does he point it out to us?
I don't know.
Wait,
Does he point it out to us?
Do you?
Can I roll a perception
Let me
check?
know.
Sorry, I
I
was just
pointed out to whoever's closest to me, probably Kelby, or... I don't know if Copper went with us or not.
I do not see.
Okay, so whoever he points out to, you look around the corner and you see the small group of dwarves beating the ever-living crap out of some individual in an alleyway.
Well, being the pushy paladin, I guess I'm going to go over and investigate.
Can I just throw up a... I don't want to do daylight, that's a little over the top. I want to do a light spell as we come up. Just a cantrip.
Okay. What does that do exactly? Is it like a candle?
It's just like a localized, like,
light bulb.
kind of a dimish light source.
Are you casting it on something?
I'm casting it on my shield, my sword, whatever I want.
Okay.
Okay, so Aethos kind of cups his hands and starts like whispering a small incantation, and a small ball of light lifts up and attaches itself to your shield.
Yeah, there's the spell. Sure, shield works.
Okay, so it emits
Bright light and 20 foot, dim light for an additional 20. So it's a decent sized light.
okay, it's like a big flashlight kind of deal, or a fairly large light. Yeah, so he kind of turns, illuminating the corner. For a brief moment, all the dwarves kind of stop what they're doing and like look over to you. You notice a lot of them are wearing rough clothes covered in coal, and you know they obviously look like miners. And for that brief instant, they kind of like look at you like, "And what do you want? Piss off!"
What's going on here?
Does it look like we asked you to intrude? No, get out of here.
But we did ask you to answer. So please do.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna add that.
This Elgie has been skulking around. We don't want her in here. And neither do we want you. Now leave.
I don't think so.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, Ulrich's kind of in the background as he kind of like walks past Tira a little bit, like, I don't think so.
Seeing that, I'm gonna step past Ulrich and I'm gonna say, "This place is my home during the winter. I have a right to it as much as you."
During the winter.
Stepping like 2 steps in front of Ulrich.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Immediately as Ulrich kind of steps forward, they look at him and they're like, "Ooh, this guy looks like he's a fighter." Like a couple of the younger looking dwarves immediately stand up and start kind of like walking away, and then when you say that, they bolt around the corner. 2 of them are still standing there. Tira, roll your persuasion check.
Ooh, 23.
Okay.
Right. Sure, yeah, it's your home. You know what?
Can I be
LG,
saying all this in
if
Dwarven,
we catch
by the
you-
way?
Huh?
Can I be saying all this in Dwarven, by the way? Because that's like one of my few languages I have.
Sure, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, me too. I can speak.
Yeah,
Dwarven.
let's be yelling at him in
Yeah.
Dwarvish. Okay, sorry. Sorry to add that in after. I just like scrolled down and I saw that.
Okay, so as you say that in Dwarvish, the 2 remaining dwarves, dwarven miners with bloodied fists, kind of look at each other. Like the bigger one kind of shrugs, and he's like, "If we catch you here again, she-elf, it won't stop at the beating. Let's get out of here. We don't need any more trouble." They start heading off, and
I want to walk over to the female elf.
Yeah, me too.
okay.
Does she look like?
Yeah, what she look like?
Yeah, what she look like?
She's wearing simpler attire, suited for warm weather. She also has or next to her side, she has a leather satchel with a small cluster of alchemy ingredients kind of scattered across the floor, like some of the mushrooms smashed and other just personal destruction. She has bruises on her face and arms, with her sleeves kind of rolled up. Just a long brunette hair with kind of a shock of blonde. Thank
Just
you.
a little lightly for this weather. Who are you?
I'm Iceland. Thank you. I should be going.
I offer her a handout.
Please,
And if she takes my hand, I'm gonna use my ASMR ability and give her 13 hit points.
All right. Immediately you see the normal color return to her face as the bruising kind of subsides slightly. She kind of gives a half grin at first, and their face kind of goes more serious again. Please take this. It's a thank you. It's all I have that I can give. She pulls out a small jar. You recognize it as a minor healing potion.
No.
Can I do an insight check to figure out if she was actually doing something crappy or not?
Yeah, as I say no, thank you, I'd like to do an insight as well to try to get a read on her.
Okay, you both can roll.
No, keep it. You need it clearly.
No, keep it. You need it.
It's yours.
Keep it.
She's definitely very shaken. You can't. I mean, there's no solid evidence either way, but nonetheless, there were 4 dwarven males assaulting this lone person in an alleyway. So,
she's a high elf?
So on the mainland, mainland Berthalia, there are elves that live here. They're separate. They're not necessarily wood elves, but they're pretty much adapted to human societies generally. But they're kind of a branch of wood elves. She's one of those. It's just kind of like a. It's kind of like a. Yeah. It's kind of like a
audience
weird...
laughed, or he would have laughed.
Yeah, it's definitely a lower tier society. Like if she was in Liliendal, she'd be a servant, or if she was in Morishara, she might be a slave. They're just kind of like a bastardized race of elves.
Tell us, what got you in all this trouble? Did you steal someone's drink?
I just left the foreign quarter. That's all. I came here to trade. I'm an alchemist, but...
Gonna insight the whole deal. As she's talking, just gonna insight her on general.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just making sure.
Again, she's shaken, so I mean, like the standard telltale signs of someone lying to you are hard to pick up on, because she's already avoiding your eye contact. She's already, like jittery and everything. She seems to be honest, though.
Okay.
How could you be as dumb as to leave the foreign quarter? You must know better than that, if you're a trader.
You're right. I don't know what I was thinking. I should go. She kind of like tries to push back you guys and start walking away.
Like still on the floor?
Quarters that way.
Thank you again.
Wait, is her bag still on the floor, or did she pick that up?
She tried to pick it up, but there's still a lot of the ingredients kind of just scattered and crushed on the floor.
Do I recognize any of them?
I mean, roll a nature check.
I'm just nosy.
Just nosy.
Damn it. Save him.
So, look up my catalog of alchemy ingredients.
Ooh.
I mean, you recognize a couple of the ingredients are just pretty standard alchemical ingredients. Some smashed blisterwort and some dried out, now kind of ruined dragon's tongue.
So, Nothing super rare or exciting.
Nothing super rare, and at this point, nothing really even usable. It's all
Yeah.
been kind of stomped on. That's the one. There you go.
Good job.
Good, yes. So, as you guys kind of turn around and look across the way out where the dwarven guards are, or were, they're kind of like turning their back, almost embarrassed that they didn't really step in to do anything. They're walking off as quickly as they can. Yeah, so you guys are just here, left alone in the city proper. Do you want to head off to the temple and meeting?
Yeah.
Thought we were meeting the prince on the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge prince
Let's
guy.
do that.
Okay, so Professor Collarbane heads off to the Temple of the Ancestors to converse with
I left her already.
the High Priestess. Yeah, you're on your way already. As you guys all head outside of the main city, you can see in the sky it's just a cold gray overcast, casting darkness over pretty much the entire valley, or at least partial darkness. The sun is dipping below the mountains, and the temperature also drops pretty heavily with it as the wind kind of bites your nose and face. But you separate from each other and start walking in different directions, Copper to the temple district. The rest of you, you march down through the main square, through the foreign quarter and out the east gate across the one of the great bridges. Doyle is like, it is a little bit strange that you wouldn't be willing to meet us in the city, but I guess if the Chancellor has eyes everywhere, it's going to be about a mile hike from here. But you all continue pressing through the snow on the Thanes Road south. Eventually you get to a wooded area, kind of like looking around and listening. The sounds of all wildlife are kind of cut off by the sounds of the now picking up wind and gusts of snow. But there, across the way through the woods, you can see a thinly constructed stone bridge spanning a gap with a single silhouette of an individual standing on the far side in the middle of the bridge.
You wait here. I'll move forward.
All right, Grundy.
If you see any risky business, or if I disappear, come after me.
I will, my friend.
We will.
You shed your blood for me, so I'll watch your back. But Grundy, be careful.
A slayer's never careful. Start walking.
Daft bastard. Alright. Tira, the mushrooms are unfortunately under the bridge, so we might have to wait here for a minute or two. So, if you wouldn't mind helping me keep an eye out. Tira muted. There you go. I can hear you. What do you say? Strong evil registers on your senses, like a noxious odor.
I can't hear her.
Okay, right there.
I'm listening to her on dub track. Or roll 20, sorry.
She's on roll 20.
Hello? I can still only hear you on roll 20. You're super quiet on it though.
How about now?
That's better.
Yeah, I can hear
Is
you.
it? Okay, right on. Yeah, my headset's slightly breaking over time slowly. That's have fun, so it sometimes comes in and out. But do I sense anything?
Let me try to fix the music. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, so casting Divine Sense, your senses kind of fall into you as your focus. Anyway.
Yeah.
You don't.
I do the thing.
You don't sense anything similar to what you've been sensing recently. Yeah, you don't sense anything.
Nothing evil and or celestial?
Correct.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so Grundy, as you start walking across the slightly snow-dusted bridge towards the lone individual, he turns around and you immediately notice that he's not the prince. You recognize him to be a dwarven hammerer. Grundy. What?
Is he in his armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
In his armor, yeah, so for the rest of you guys, the dwarven individual has heavy grumrail plate armor with kind of a shawl of thick fur, almost looking like bear fur, kind of cast over his shoulder. His head and half of his face are covered by like a thick half helm, and a beard of chainmail kind of covers the front of him too. Are you the one they call Grundy Beardseeker?
I may be. Who's asking?
Torem.
Do I recognize the name Torem?
Roll a history check. It's a common enough dwarven name. It's not like a familiar. He's not in the upper echelons of the dwarven court or anything that would, make that name stick in your memory necessarily. I run Prince Dane's bodyguard, I suppose you could say.
What do you
The
say,
prince.
Torem?
The prince asked me to come here to speak to you in his stead.
This is unexpected.
He's hoping you are a patriot. Is this true, Grundy Beardseeker?
I'm a patriot for some things, and a bastard for others.
You see, my High King, there are those in the court who would say he is not the heir to the throne. I know this not to be true. And you hold something, Grundy, which could help him inexplicably. Your hammer is all he asks. With that, you will renew honor to your name. You can cast the shackles of being a slayer.
What gives your prince that authority?
He is the High King's son. He's the heir to the High Throne, the Grey Seat. He honors the ancestors and the ways of the grudge. With him, once again, we will seek vengeance against those who have fought against us.
If I am not mistaken, it is his father that banished me. Why should I trust a son whose father has done me so much shame?
The son is nothing like the father, sir. If he would have been, I would not serve him. He does not cower behind walls, bringing refuge to elves and men. He honors the grudge, and once again, we will rise up, feeding our war machines in the great halls, seeking war against Levick and Maine and Letherden for their atrocities against our dwarven hold.
What proof do I have of this?
The word of a dwarf. And if Dawi honor means nothing to you, then you are right to being a slayer.
I will think on it.
I require your answer now.
Before I make my decision, I want to meet the prince and speak to him myself. I will not speak to him on your behalf.
I'm afraid that is off the table at this point. You have been seen taking counsel from our enemies. You either give us your answer now,
I will not.
or else the choice will be made plain and simple. He kind of takes his hammer off his back and kind of twists his hands on the grip, kind of rubbing the frost off the leather handle. Now tell me, Grundy Beardseeker, what is your answer? Are you a patriot, or are you a traitor who deserves to have his beard shaven and thrown in the dust?
I slowly pull out my hammer and hold it like this. I am a dwarf. A slayer. That is something worth dying for.
Hell yeah!
Alright.
Okay, for the rest of you guys, roll perception checks.
Okay.
Wait, if I was okay, I just want to ask a question. So, if we were watching him, like me,
you're rolling
Doyle, and I,
And me.
And me.
All of us except Copper.
oh,
I'm not here right now.
I'm just curious.
31.
I was about to ask for advantage on that, but you know it's bad.
Yeah, so the rest of you guys are kind of like slightly distracted. And then Aethys, you see the bright light of the hammer piercing through the snowstorm, and you kind of grab everyone by the shoulder. You're like pointing. You're like, something's going down. So everybody roll initiative. And
Wait, it's in a snowstorm? We're outside?
Yeah, you're outside. Night is falling, and a snowstorm is picking up once again. Let's see. Let me show you the little map. So does this work for you guys? Can you see the?
It's like 3/4 of a circle.
Yes. Perfect. Yep. So this is the new true sight system. So if you move around, it kind of updates what you see.
What? That's so cool!
Oh.
That's so cool!
So
The
hopefully,
tree like shadows.
yeah. So hopefully, battle maps are a little bit more immersive now. This is what I'm paying $5 a month for now.
That's awesome.
Let me cue.
Worth it.
Let me change the music, which I always forget because I'm awful at this.
I'm on dub check. I would just like points for that.
There we go. Okay, then you get some imaginary points too. Woohoo!
She was late.
No, people don't lose points for being late. They get extra ones for being on time. Alright, so Grundy, you light up your warhammer. Everybody, I think you can roll initiative
Are we?
on the thing.
Yeah.
So you actually have a I actually
Are
have
we
a clock
back
that works.
behind him?
Yeah, let me
Oh, yeah.
reposition everyone. So Grundy's over here, more or less, and then you guys are kind of in a group.
Okay.
Okay. So Grundy, you light up your hammer. The rest of you, actually, Sean, you notice this too. As you're turning around, you notice that there's one individual that Grundy's facing off, but then as the hammer lights up, you see 4 or 5 other shapes kind of emerge from behind trees, wielding what they believe to be crossbows.
Like around us, or like back behind the other ones?
The other side of the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they need to roll initiative. I'm horrible at the pacing of this.
We have to roll initiative again. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Our order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if you can actually roll proper initiative.
Wait, you wanted to sit. Wait.
Because I saw mine on there for a second, but then it went off.
Yeah, I saw you as well.
Well, that was way better than the first time, so.
Sorry,
Wait,
I thought
I
I
have
deleted
18,
yours. I
is
thought
it
they were
not?
left over from
It's
last.
fine. They gave me definitely a +9 to my initiative.
Hold on, my thing.
Do you see mine?
It's not going on the clock.
No.
No.
You have to select your token first.
It rolled
like
mine. It said there was an error, but it rolled mine. I see it.
Can I have the
I
18?
got 21.
It was 16.
Thanks.
Well, I guess I can just edit it.
Yay.
Okay, let me.
Okay.
Wait, so who doesn't have a turn? Aethys. Grundy doesn't have a turn.
I have a turn.
0.
I got 21. Should I roll again?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then. Sorry, I'm using this new thing, so I'm trying to see if they actually roll initiative for themselves. What'd they get?
18.
Okay. Let me add a turn. Okay.
Wait, are they actually Duergar, or are you just.
No, I'm just
Older?
using the stat block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
just
damn,
got very,
son.
because
Duergar.
I would like to say I think I would have sensed their evilness.
Yeah, I'm just using
They're
the
not-
stat block.
They're not a fiend or undead or anything, so you wouldn't have sensed that, but they're definitely not the same as normal dwarves.
This is true.
These guys are normal dwarves from what you know at least.
We'll find out.
Okay. Right. So top of the initiative order, Grundy. What would you like to do, Sarah?
I would like to rage
Rage.
a.
This combat music isn't doing it for me.
My rage is on there. But I would like to do a frenzied rage.
All right.
So that is that another bonus action, or is that?
Wait. Kern's turn. Sorry. Say again.
Frenzied rage?
Frenzied Rage is. I don't have my player's handbook here. If you look up in the compendium, Frenzied Rage. Her Rage. Relentless. Why isn't Frenzied up there? I'll just give it to you. You got it.
Okay.
Okay, so you rage and you frenzied rage. Just
You guys, what do you guys need frenzy rage for?
is it a bonus action to use or free?
Yes, it's a bonus. Hold
You
up.
can go
Frenzy.
into
Starting when you
rage.
use.
You can do so for the duration of your rage. You make a single. Oh, for the duration of your range, would you make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one when you're.
Oh, okay. So it's
When
it's
the
just
rage ends,
normal-
it's a level of exhaustion.
It's just the normal rage that takes the bonus action, but you can I think you frenzy for free.
Yeah.
At least when I looked it up on the compendium. Okay, yeah. So you rage as a bonus action.
I click my boots of haste as a bonus action. And then I have one
Okay.
attack, right?
So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So basically, how it works is you would haste yourself as a full action, but then you. So you raged as a bonus. So you don't have a bonus anymore. So you have to haste as a full action, but then you get another attack action for being hasted. So you get one attack. Yeah.
Okay. And I would like to Great Weapon Master this.
All right. So plus or -5 to hit, plus 10 to damage, and then. Okay, then also keep in mind you have 10 turns until haste wears off.
Okay.
Okay. Hit.
So that's plus 10. Oh no. Okay, yeah, plus 10 plus the 3 for the range. So 20.
13.
29.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, so you light up the hammer. You can kind of see a slight hint of surprise on the dwarven hammer's face, like before you, as kind of like the warm light emitting from your hammer. He kind of like tries to get a swing at you, but you jump back just in time and bring your hammer down, like crushing one of his shoulders. Kind of the heat of your hammer causing steam to fly off his snow-covered cape. Awesome. So next turn is Tira. Seeing the combat is definitely going down.
I thought I was next.
Oh.
No, I got an 18.
Got a 20.
Oh, so you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's me.
Yay, Ulrich.
I'm gonna charge in.
All right.
Can I fit right there? Yeah, I can fit right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try out my glaive. So I have my glaive out.
All right.
try to fight him with a glaive. That's 3 attacks.
All right. Okay, so the first one hits, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you how does this even work? Is the glaive two-handed, Philip?
Oh, I don't know.
Are normal glaives two-handed?
I
Yeah.
think so.
I would say yes. It's just
I would assume so. Most glaives end up being used with 2 hands.
Yeah, it's a 2-handed weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you can use your shield and the glaive.
Probably not. No.
If you have proficiency with that type of weapon, you could. Or you could do it.
Okay.
So it has some disadvantage.
I mean, I have proficiency in all martial weapons.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
It's not big. It's like... I mean, you can one-hand a spear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's that length. So I would say you could.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
When I think of a glaive, I almost think of like a halberd.
No, this one's shorter. This one's like really versatile.
Is he?
Whole arm.
No? No one's still hearing me?
I
can hear you.
Okay, good. I just had serious headphone. I can't.
Halberd.
Alright, so the first one hit, you kind of draw out this dark metal scrawled kind of engraved spear. First time ever using it. Kind of setting it on top of your shield to give yourself a little bit of stability. You thrust it forward, finding a slight weak point in dwarven plate armor. Piercing through, he kind of lets out this terrified scream, but then, as he's now aware of your presence, kind of nimbly ducks and blocks the second 2 hits. He does take 15 points of piercing damage, however.
Okay.
Papa says that he didn't register you guys for the race yet, so you need to be there at 7:15
Okay.
in the morning because he says it starts at 8.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Going really
Charlie was outside all day,
Okay.
and now he's complaining. He thinks he should go back outside.
going really slow.
Okay, nice hair, child.
Thanks, Mom.
That was so cute.
Nothing wrong with my hair. Twitch. All right. Awesome. Okay, so next turn, Tira.
All
What are
right.
you about?
Well, I'm about light and being able to see because
Yep.
I like to see. See. So, my wings are pretty bright. I haven't been able to use them in combat yet, and I kind of want to. So I'm gonna do that. So that's a bonus action. I'm looking right now. Yes. Okay. So bonus action. Boom. Wings pop out as I throw my book on the floor.
Very good.
Yes.
That's an important step.
Yeah. Does it? I'm just seeing if it. No, I don't think it sheds like extra light. All right,
I
cool.
mean, I think your wings like shed slight light, but I don't know if it would really help the visibility too much.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. However, they're still freaking cool.
They are. They are
yeah.
freaking cool.
So I'm gonna wing it up, and then that makes my flying speed dope. So I see that. So hold on, let me
All
just.
right. So these wings of pure light kind of spill out of your back, and none of your parties are to appreciate it except for Doyle. He's just kind of like, he's like, what the hell?
So I can walk and fly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk forward. Ready for this? Ready for this? I'm gonna walk forward.
You
This
don't get
much.
extra movement.
What? I don't get to walk and fly? Alright, so I'm gonna take a few running steps, and then I'm gonna fly.
I mean, like if you
Rest of the
if you have a flight speed of 40 feet and a running speed of 30 feet, you don't get a total movement of 70. That's not how it works.
Well, that's how I thought it worked, so that kind of just fucked up my plan. So I'm gonna fly here, because that's as far as I can get, and I'm just gonna...
Really?
Yeah, I can only get 30 feet.
Flying?
You at 20 feet though.
Oh, wait, I can get here? Can I fly over people? Can I be can I be just like over here and can I still hit him? Because I'm not...
You're flying.
Yeah, I'm flying,
Yeah.
so I can hit him, right? Alright, so I wanna hit him with my sword. If that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Where's the... Oh, that's weird.
You have to click on it.
Mhm.
27 to hit, and I do 12,
Definitely hits.
18. Yeah, I do 18 points. 12 points of
Okay.
slashing and 6 points of divine.
Very good. So as you draw your long sword with your wings, the Nordic runes kind of glow with a similar shade, or a similar light as your wings.
It's not a magic sword.
I know, but you're smiting it.
Yeah, that's true. Alright. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm kind of bitter that I don't have... I'm sorry, I'm a little bitter that I don't have a magical weapon. So I'm just like, it's not magical. But yes, I am smiting it, so continue if you must. I mean, if you want. I mean, I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm bad at interrupting. I'm just not good at...
So you draw
I'm
the long sword point, stabbing at him, piercing through some of his side ring mail on his side. That's where it goes. Anyway, he lets out a scream not very many dwarves would be proud of.
Right on. Suck it, bitch. Oh, I get 2 attacks. I want to do it again. Yeah, I have a multi-attack thingy-mabob. As a...
Very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. 25 does it hit?
Yeah.
So that's 12 more points of damage. I'm sorry, Chad. I just don't have my brain screwed on today.
Neither do I. You're good. Once again, you stab at him with the searing heat of your spell-cast enchanted sword. Kind of slashing through the falling snow, causing the steam to fly behind the blade. All right, so he's looking very rough at this point. It's now the dwarves' turns. 4 of the dwarves kind of peeking out from behind cover. Let's see. They are going to roll their attacks. Okay, so it's going to say they're javelins, but they're actually crossbows. So firing at 2 at Grundy and 2 at Tira. So these 2 are Grundy. 23. Does that hit you, Grundy?
Yes.
Okay. So you take 15 points of piercing damage halved because you're raging as a crossbow bolt buries itself into your pretty much unprotected chest. As for Tira, I don't think either of those hit. Your kind of unpredictable flight pattern as you're kind of dodging and weaving and slashing with your sword makes it nearly impossible for the crossbow bolts to hit as you hear the whistling corals fly past your head. This guy is going to run up in combat. This guy is going to attempt to make an evade action. I mean, a disengage action, so instead of attacking, you guys don't get attacks of opportunity. He's going to take his pathetic 25 feet of dwarven movement and try to run, or at least regroup. This guy is going to take 2 swings at Grundy, which both miss, I believe. 12 and 11.
Yeah.
Do you need me to punch you so you can keep your rage?
This guy wielding double hand axes, just kind of swinging Grundy almost like Khal Drogo style. You kind of like have your arm, or your hammer in your hand, and just like slightly dodge as both blades swing past you. Hey, nice. What do you want to do?
Is there like a head guy? The one that was talking to Philip?
This guy is running away with like the really low hit points.
He was that was running away?
Yeah.
And he seems to be the one in charge?
Yep. Well, he was the one who was talking to Grundy, at least.
He's the one that said he was like the hand of the prince or whatever?
The head of the guard for the prince.
This probably is overkill, but I don't care.
Get him, Sean.
I'm gonna harm him.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. I already did 30 points of damage to him, man.
I feel like he's dead.
Yeah.
Wait, he's important though. Someone will notice if he's gone. Oh well.
So, you cast this ray that almost devours all of the light from the area as it pierces through him, like getting stabbed by a spear through the back. His body kind of flexes up with his arms out, and you can see as the darkness from the ray dissipates, you can see the snow on the other side of him just through his body. There's just this red mist and blood just spray across the snow. He falls flat on his face in the snow, just completely dead. He had 2 hit points. He had 3 hit points.
Oh shoot!
Oh.
I was so
That
close.
was 6th level spell. Whatever.
I said he was very close to death.
We're gonna spiritual weapon the other guy that's right there with a natural 20 as a bonus action.
Very good. Okay, so you want your sword back here?
Yeah, just next to him's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
I thought it was the guy
Holy
we killed.
bros.
there was another guy who
The guy
ran
we
up.
killed just deleted himself.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh.
is there any damage listed for that?
What?
33 points of damage.
That's not damage. That's to hit.
Oh, no.
No, there's not.
I guess I'm gonna roll it manually then.
There it is. It did 21 points of damage.
Oh. Okay. It's 1d8 plus 5, so yeah.
Yeah, so you rolled an 8 plus a 5 for 13, and then a 1d8 naturally. Wow, you rolled freaking high.
Wait, is it 2d8 naturally?
Well, because you got a natural 20 on it.
Oh, you're right.
Wow, okay.
Okay, sorry, I was very confused. Okay, so you can bring that up, but I can't for whatever reason.
Well, yeah, I clicked on the thing that says spiritual weapon, and then it brought up the input value again. Like, I just clicked it and it rolled damage.
Oh, I understand. I was wondering how to do that. Okay, thank you.
That's not normal, though. I don't know why it's doing that.
Because, do I do that with all of my to hit spells?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna test something out, but you can just ignore the spells that I'm casting.
Okay. So yeah, you conjure a sword formed of golden light as it pierces through the back, or kind of the side of the back, not through his backbone or anything. Through the dwarf in front of Grundy, kind of lets out a yell.
Okay, yeah.
Pain. Grundy, it's your turn. You can now see the blade kind of halfway piercing through the front of this dwarven individual with your hammer raised high.
I'll just go
Hammer.
I'm looking at my stuff and I'm not sure if I should go all out right now or not.
Jeez.
Do it.
What hits?
Okay.
Anything above an 18, so 3.
Above an 18, he has 19.
Oh, crap, you're right. All of them hit. Oh my god.
So it's 25, 34,
Are any of these great weapon?
50,
I mean,
no,
okay.
53.
Wow, okay. This guy, you just, like a flurry of blows, you take the hammer, like the front end, like a battering ram, you hit him in the stomach, as he kind of like bends over, you crack him on the knee, and then he kind of falls down in front of you, as you just let your hammer fall, crushing his skull, like beneath his chest, and it kind of falls down on the snow, also colored red, as it would do. Yikes.
Is he dead?
All right.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I guess 70 hit points isn't good enough for you guys anymore.
I have a question for Philip and Kelby. Would you guys consider haste overkill? Because I can give you both haste right now. Just
Yes.
planning.
That's what the boots of haste do.
You can't stack haste.
No, like.
Just like 5 attacks per turn.
And
Yeah, I mean,
one
it's like when
order.
if you stacked haste, I'd be like, okay, you have 2 levels of exhaustion at the end of it.
I'm just wondering if you guys would want that, or I could like smite one of them. You dope.
It's a base, so I don't think
Ah, screw you then. Just make me feel inadequate. Or do you want haste?
Well, I mean, it is Ulrich's turn right now, so we'll get
Oh.
to that question at your turn.
Ponder that.
Sorry, I just saw this giant opossum outside my door eating my cat food, so I had to go scare him away.
Classic.
As one does.
Classic. Okay, I'm gonna... Can I see this guy? Yeah, I guess I can.
And if you can see him on the screen, then you can see him pretty much. That's how it works now.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to him. And give him my own personal hello.
Hello.
That's a fun.
Hello, good to meet ya. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Hey man, that's how we say hello in the north, so he's not too far
Yeah,
out.
good old northern greeting.
Just like
Yeah, I'm
Russian
gonna
hello.
it's a
I'm gonna
fight.
give him half cover because you're kind of like hacking through tree branches to get him to.
Okay,
So you hit him. You hit him the one time.
the 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
But next turn it won't be because you pretty much like cut down all the branches around him. But all right, so you did 10 points of slashing damage. Do you want to use any of your charges? Do you have any
Yeah,
charges?
I will. I think that's a... I can't remember if that's a D10 or D8. D10. D10.
It's however much your superiority does on.
Yeah, D10. Oh!
Oh no!
Great.
Oh man.
Yes.
Okay.
Yikes.
So 11 points of damage to the Duergar as you're... I don't know, it's almost like a scene from a horror movie. You just like sprint at him, like hacking through the tree branches, and he's kind of like falls on his back and tries to scurry away from you as he's like crawling as fast as he can through as the branches are just being chopped down. Finally, one of your strokes cuts across his back, dealing an okay active damage.
Yeah. Okay.
15. I mean, hit points. Okay. All right. Tira.
All right, ignoring the haste thing. I'm gonna go over this guy. Just fly over here. So I'm gonna do that. And just stand here. And then I wanna do ah man, I don't know if I wanna use my huge smite now. Yeah, sure, let's do it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a staggering smite on this fellow. So I'm not exactly sure how this works. But I'm gonna hit him twice on top of that. So he has to make a DC 17 wisdom save, or he takes 12 psychic damage.
So the way smite works, I think, is when you hit something, you can choose to smite it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on now.
Yes.
Wait, okay, so the smite is applied to
Melee.
both of my strikes, so that... So it's 12,
Wait,
12.
what's going on? Wait, so staggering smite.
Yeah, so it's...
Okay, so he has to succeed or take extra. Does he get prone
He has
or
this-
anything,
he has-
or is it just?
he's... No, I think that's like one of the smites that doesn't do extra. Let me check my spells. He gets disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and he can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. If he fails.
He did.
Alright, so he's got disadvantage on stuff.
Yeah,
And that's
nice.
like... how much damage did I just do? So 19...
So that
plus
18,
three.
18 just hits, 12 misses, 25, or 12 misses, 25 hits. So you hit him once.
Okay, I hit him once. So, no, the smite... No, okay, so the smite goes with the 2 weapon attacks. Yeah, so, okay, I did hit him once. I'm sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, so you hit him once. The staggering smite is instead of the divine thing.
No, the divine, is it not automatic? Because as a level...
I mean, I don't know if you can you do both at the same time?
The divine smite is just an automatic thing.
Let me
I'm looking at it right now. By 11th level, I am so suffused with righteous might that all my melee weapon strikes carry power with them. So, whenever I hit a creature with a melee weapon, they take an extra d8 of radiant damage.
Okay. Nice.
So, yeah. So, I guess
Tell me how much damage the one hit did with the...
Can't tell. So, is this part of the... Okay. So, I think... Alright, so this long... I don't know, man. 19 plus 3 plus the 12. That's a lot of math.
22 plus 12, so 34.
30.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. That's
Does
the
that
plan.
mean you have that enemy number? Awesome.
Yep. That was confusing.
So as you stab through these guys are less armored than the other two, but as you stab through the a weakness in the chainmail, you feel kind of a shockwave of holy energy kind of pulse through him, kind of throwing him down against the snow. As he stands up and like tries to pick himself up and run away from you. Aethys, your turn.
If he runs away from me, I get to advance on him. That's just the thing I can.
Is it like a storm? Is that why I can only see 50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move 30. Put me there. So I can see 3 of them ish.
Yeah, I'd say that the one that Tira is following, you can attack, and then the one to the top, you can attack both of those without them getting like half cover.
Okay. The other one has half cover.
Yeah, the other two have half cover.
Are we worried about the forest burning down, or does
No.
that not matter?
No, not at all. Burn it down.
I'm mostly asking Grundy.
You're like, hey bud, Are we worried about the fire?
I'm not a druid, I don't think.
Okay,
That's the spirit.
good answer. They don't have a ton of hit points, do they? I'll do. That was a crappy fireball.
The 26.
Yeah, 26. And it gets the 2 top ones.
All right. So Grundy Ulrich, as you're kind of slashing through the trees, you almost get thrown back by a very familiar blast of light heat that flies past.
Oh wait. So it's 20. It's 26 plus 7. It like splits it up weirdly because I cast it at 5th level. So the 26 is the 3rd level, and then the 7 is 2 extra die for 4th and 5th level.
What the heck? Okay, so you do 33.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, let me do the saves real quick. 3 and a 15. I think those both fail.
Yeah, they fail.
Okay, so Ulrich, the dwarf in front of you just barely manages to get back on his feet before he's thrown back towards the blast of a fireball. He takes the 34 damage.
33.
Okay, and this guy has.
Is it this guy that gets the full blast?
They
The guy
both
fighting?
do.
Okay.
The one in front of you gets the most noticeable blast because he's the guy you're kind of focusing on, but they
Right.
both get hit for the same amount of damage. Okay, Grundy, I believe. No, that's I
have a
like
bonus
sword.
action.
You're right. Sorry.
Put this here.
Nice.
We can go the distance. Disney music, man, it's a bitch. There.
Right, so it's a.
So it's a 16 to
So
hit,
11.
I guess?
Oh, that misses. As it
Yeah, because I rolled a 3.
as it swings, he just barely manages to roll over on his right side and catch the blade. Like turns his crossbow into splinters as it hacks down, but it doesn't damage him in any physical way. Grundy.
Zoom. Bam, 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 bam.
Okay, I'm gonna say the same thing for half cover. Well, no, he's on the outside of the tree. So 3 of those hit. You wanna tally that one up for me?
Okay.
Yeah. So the dwarf in front of Tira, who's Chris, can you see the battlefield at all?
I can see what Sean can see, because apparently I still have control over his character from whenever I used him last.
Oh, okay, that works.
So that works for me.
Yeah, so the dwarf in front of you is already kind of broken and partially bloody, like holding his arm as he's trying to run away from the angelic figure behind him. As you pursue with your hasted speed right up on his back with your hammer drawn. How much damage did you do?
Incorrect amount. Alright, 64.
Oh, yikes.
You know what's funny?
Oof.
I think
Mhm.
last time I killed the guy, I forgot to count the fire damage. So,
Nice.
64 this time.
Yeah, there's just periodic like small fires, which as you get a closer look, they're just the destroyed dwarf bodies like on the
Does it
bridge.
disintegrate before the 4th attack?
He
Be minus 15.
so he has 36 hit points.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he does on the 2nd attack. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well I'm just gonna screw my little. Oh, I can't. I did 35. Never mind. Just all 4 on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of fits being raged. You kind of don't really have control over it. You're not like fully there. Yeah, you're just kind of like wailing on him over and over and over again until Tira just kind of like puts her hand on your shoulder. She's like, Grundy, he's dead. And then, okay, so
Didn't mean to spoil the fun.
somehow the dwarven order got deleted when I deleted the dwarf who had the order.
It was 18.
Good job.
He had 18, yeah.
Okay. Ulrich.
How bad is the guy in front of me looking?
He's looking pretty bloody now.
Pretty bloody.
Yep. Not like one shit. Not one hit bloody.
Nice.
Not one hit bloody, but close.
Close? How about, what did that do?
That can be our new unit for how damaged they are. He has 3 shits from death.
So the 18 just hits, does 6 slashing. That didn't kill him yet.
Okay, well, I'll do another one then. I'll miss.
Okay, so you kind of like hold the very end of the back of your spear, kind of arcing it over in a slash, doing kind of grazing damage. You kind of heft it back, stab, but he moves, and kind of get like a glancing blow. He stands up to start running away, and you just kind of do like the Spartan thing where you half throw it, but then catch the spear at the very end. It just like sticks right through the back of his neck and out the front. It's like falling forward, gurgling. He dead.
Okay, cool. Got my charge back.
Okay, so right now the dwarf that Grundy and Tira's chasing kind of turns around, barely being able to see the next one. He's like, "Run! Go tell the prince! Go! Run!" Then he rushes forward in a desperate effort, drawing his short sword, making 2 attacks at Grundy. Let's see. There's the 17 hit.
God damn it. Hit me! Hit me!
Oh my god. So yeah, so he's trying to swing at you, but then your rage state just covered in dwarven blood, almost naked in the snowstorm. Just this terrifying presence. You start screaming at him before he even takes his first string. You're like, "Hit me! Hit me!" But which just terrifies him to death. He swings once, kind of like falling back pitifully, and tries to stab up against you, missing, going in between your torso and your arm. You kind of clench down on his hand, vicing it in between your torso and your elbow.
You bring shame to other hammerers.
Let's see. These guys are quarrelers. The 2 on the bridge were hammers. Yeah, let's see. Tira's turn. This person is pretty much like half grappled by Grundy, with his sword barely in his hand, standing in front of you, looking pretty. Actually, he's looking very healthy, but
Yeah,
terrified.
I figured Grundy, he's got him. So
Oh, this guy's using his action to dash. I forgot to.
That guy.
Yeah,
60
so
feet away from me. Right? He's dashing. Well, that's
he's
obnoxious.
off the map. The other guy, he starts booking it. Ulrich, you can kind of see the direction that he heads, but he's.
You're faster than dwarves.
I can? Well, I want to cast haste on myself. So I do that. So now I'm
Okay.
hasted. But I kind of want to use Find Steed, because I have a cool feat for that, but I can't do 2. If I cast a 3rd level spell or higher, I can cast a 2nd level spell, right? Is that
Only if it has the bonus action.
But it says it's a bonus action to cast it.
Neither of those are, I don't think.
Are you sure? Let me look real quick. No, Find Steed takes 10 minutes, so not gonna do that.
I mean, that'd be a good
So-
spell to cast right now, I'd say.
I have a question. Could I have
Yeah.
seen him before he ran away?
Roll a perception check.
Okay,
With
because I want to
disadvantage.
attempt to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay, roll it with disadvantage because he's kind of running through a snowstorm. You weren't really focused on him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it!
I'm gonna say you don't know where he is right now, but you could be
Okay.
able to track him down if you communicated with Ulrich about where he was.
Yeah.
Also track.
I do such.
There are also tracks.
I do such. So I'm gonna like run as far as I can. Yeah, I'm casting haste on myself, so I'm like gonna run over to Ulrich, be like, "Where is he?" And
Like
then
Remy. No. Forget me. Continue.
yeah, I wanna run over to Ulrich, ask
Good
him,
old Remy.
and then
Yeah, I think I might have probably would have seen him, but I don't know if I saw him take off.
So
I
he
was
went,
busy
like,
killing the other guy.
that. He went in this direction, right?
I think he went that way. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna go.
I mean, the last
Wait.
place Ulrich
Saw him
is
there,
gonna
yeah.
be right there.
So I just point that out to you. I don't think I saw him go.
Okay.
So you can go him right here and then roll another perception check to see if you
Okay.
spot him. But
I'll run over.
at the beginning of your next turn.
Do I see him? He's right there.
It's your turn.
No. Okay, fine.
Did I see him running off?
Do you see him on your?
Did I see him going that way?
Roll a perception check with disadvantage too.
Disadvantage.
He was behind a tree. It's a snowstorm. It's dark. You were focusing on other targets.
Perception.
Yeah. Let me.
So I got 20.
Yeah, these guys aren't great at stealth. You gotta. Wait, you can guidance yourself.
Oh no, I can't guidance it. Sorry, we're mid combat.
Yeah, so you're 16. You barely noticed him.
I do know where he's at.
I'd say you knew where he was. Like you know the direction he's going. You don't.
Okay, I'll move there.
You probably couldn't shoot a spell at him right now, but you have enough knowledge to be able to track him down.
Even if I can see him right there.
Yeah, you could shoot
He's
him.
hiding up there.
Yeah, just
Okay.
shoot him.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is happening. Okay, so I'm gonna hex him. He's going down. He's mine.
Okay. Okay, perception
so
checks when you're like actively trying to find somebody on your turn is like one of those shady things. I'm gonna say it's your bonus action.
So I can't hex him. That's the whole point of what I was doing.
It's just because you're sitting there in combat and you have to like actively take time to be like, okay, where was that guy? Do I remember where he was? And then you kind of run up. You're like, oh, there he is. So it does take up time in your.
So you're saying I don't have a bonus action?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then my next best option. I hope this hits. This is so risky. I'm gonna use my Find Familiar to go and touch him.
Okay. Oop.
And I'm going to. Oh, I hope this hits.
How much speed does your familiar have?
Like 60.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
No.
Well,
Just barely not. As the arcane.
there goes
owl-
my 7th level spell.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was trying to one-shot him.
Oh shoot.
Didn't work.
So as your spectral owl kind of flies almost invisible through the snowstorm, you notice the dwarf just barely turn around in time, kind of hearing the flapping of the wings and just kind of like swinging at it with a small hammer, kind of stunning it in the air for a while, making it miss. Okay. Sorry, bud. Grundy's turn.
How many attacks can I do without using my action?
Without using your main action?
Yeah.
2.
2? Okay.
Because you have your hasted action and you have your bonus action.
Okay. I would like to do 2, making careful consideration that I don't kill him.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna do 1. All right.
That happens.
Sweet mother of God.
Don't worry, I can always res him if we need.
Not if he does
Damn.
too much damage.
Yeah, just do that one.
Wow. Wait, tally that for me.
Uh,
Have you been doing rage damage too, like the bonus 3? Because I don't.
yeah,
I don't.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Is there an option not to do that?
20.
Probably not.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to like
Yeah.
limit yourself when you're raging. I mean, not like technically for the rules, but I feel like I don't know.
It's 30, 40, 40.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Okay.
He kind of like his hand is kind of like half viced by your left arm. He-
Oh, I don't know if it's too late to say this, but I wanted to aim towards his weapon, like hitting it, his hand. This might be too late.
Oh. Okay. So are you just wanting to disarm him, or do you want to do damage to him?
Well, both, but I want to disarm him with the goal of disarming.
Okay, so you kind of have like you have his sword hand kind of viced by your left arm. You kind of like look at him and grin with your awful grin, choking up high on your warhammer, so it's close. You just bring the hammer down. Yeah, you bring the hammer down straight on his elbow here, like almost breaking his forearm off of his body.
Almost, it's a crit. Of course I do.
Do you want? Okay.
Yeah,
You just break. You break off
the
and
man's
partially cauterize his arm with like one swoop.
Alright.
The hammer. He just begins to scream, like his terror-filled yells like echoing through the snow trees.
And with that, my action, I would like to take my other arm, grab him by the throat, and all of a sudden, like a wrestler finish move, pick him up and then I want to like grapple over him.
Okay, make a athletics check.
With advantage, because rage.
Yeah, it's true. We'll do a little strength saving throw.
27.
Yeah, so you kind of grab him around the throat, like shock has set in, so he still doesn't really. He's not fully aware that his arm's gone, so he kind of like reaches up with his still whole arm trying to fight your grasp, but you just grab him and with your momentum just throw him over his back and into the snow. Yeah.
And I'm grappled him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I get to an end of the description, I'm like, okay, now what do I say? Yeah.
Yeah. You get the picture.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, so he's definitely grappled. Hey, Grundy. Or Ulrich, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Try to get out with your arms, motherfucker.
Yeah, by this time he's gonna use his hasted action again, so he's... Oh man, he's another 50 feet farther than where he is right now, currently, on the map.
This guy?
Yeah.
Did I
50
see him?
feet further.
Because
Wow.
I have 60 feet of movement.
Yeah, you see him, but you probably couldn't reach him.
Well, I can see him, so I want to cast.
Command to stop.
It's gonna do 100.
That's so messed
Command
up.
is good.
Stop!
So I'm gonna cast command.
In the name of love.
Can I just say come here?
Come where?
Or
Come
heal?
here.
Can I say heal? If it's
Heal
a one
what?
word. Heal.
Um,
Or come here. Can I do that?
what's the range on your spell?
Command is 60 feet.
You can't do it from where you are right now.
Well, can I move to where I can do that? Because I'm hasted.
Okay, yeah, so he's 85 feet from here now.
Okay,
So-
so if I run 60 feet towards him,
Yeah, he'd be just in range.
okay, I'm gonna tell him to come here.
Okay, we have to cast your
Come.
thing.
I'm gonna be
And
like,
what's the save?
the save is
Like wisdom, charisma.
I'm looking. Here, I'll just cast it and then. We can all look.
Wow. Wait, don't you have this? Don't they have advantage on it if you're already fighting them? I think that's a thing.
Does it say so?
Let's see.
No, that's, but this one's you can't use it.
I think that's suggestion.
Some type of command. Wait, you might issue a command other than one described here. If you do so, the DM determines if it works.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what does he have to beat?
Oh wait. He has to beat.
Because this isn't free.
It's my spell save DC, correct?
Yeah.
17.
Damn.
Which is not
So
very
what
high.
is it? Is it charisma or?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Rough. Okay.
Yeah. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, so he's running. You can see the snow being tossed up by his little legs as he's sprinting as fast as he freaking can through the snowstorm, and he slowly comes to a stop and turns around with like the most pathetic expression on his face.
Come here.
He doesn't approach any farther because he does it on his turn, but
Yeah. But he has stopped running and is now running towards me.
not running. He's just walking.
Walking.
He takes the fastest, shortest, and most direct route. Alright. Cool. Can I say approach quickly? Or is it just one word?
It's one word.
Damn it! Approach quickly! Just, can I say it really fast?
No, it's one word.
Damn it. Alright, so I'll just wait here for this guy to get his ass over here.
And does he save like every round? Or?
No, I think if you fail it, you fail it.
He does it once. It's a one-round thing. He has to do it one time.
Oh, okay. So just one round. Very good. Okay,
Wait, I was less than 60 feet away from him, though, right?
yeah, so he's currently 25 feet away from you.
Alright, can I use my reaction to, as soon as he gets here, can I, like, grab him?
No, because you already did your turn.
No, but, like, for a reaction, as soon as he gets in, because he's gonna come right to me.
No, that's a held action. If you're gonna do
Well, I don't know the rules.
that. Read the book.
Fine.
Yeah, no, that'd be a held action to do something like that. A reaction.
Oh, wait,
is
I have two actions. Can I hold one of them?
No.
No, it's one action, but you get 2 weapon attacks per action.
Yeah. That's right. It's called an attack action. You get multiple
No, it just says
attacks.
extra attack. You're right. You're right.
Attack action. Because, like, Grundy, he has 3 attacks on one of his attack actions.
Wait, do I get...
Or he has 2? Is it 2? I think it's 2. It's 2.
That's not the total.
I have an extra attack because I'm hasted, so I technically have 3 attack actions. Just...
Yeah.
Because...
No.
Yeah, okay. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have 3 attacks per turn, but you...
Yeah. I know. I only have 1 action. I know. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, okay, so if you wanted to, you could use your hasted action to... See, I don't know. Did you already sprint?
No, I didn't move from when I moved last turn. Did I?
Then you couldn't
Should have cast the spell.
Okay, so yes, I did move.
Yeah. So if
That
you
hasted
wanted...
action can only be interacting with an object, making a weapon attack, or movement.
Yeah, so I mean, you can do a dash action and get up to him if you want.
Would that get me to him?
That would get you to him, but you
But then
couldn't
that-
attack him.
That would waste the spell.
Yeah, stay away from him a little bit.
Yeah,
Have
I want him to come to me.
I mean, the spell made him stop.
The spell, I said approach.
You're right. You're right.
Boy,
Okay.
Alright, yeah. Next turn. We're good.
Ulrich's turn. That was a good turn, though.
Yeah, we'll
Because he would have got
figure it
away.
out. Yeah.
Ulrich.
Yeah. So Grunt's still dealing with someone down there, right?
I think he's pretty much dealt with, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, if he's pretty much dealt with, got a handle on the situation, I'm gonna like kind of trot over to where Tira is. Saunter over. Have my glaive out. I keep it pointed at the dwarf. I'm not gonna attack him though. I'll hold action, and if he attacks either me or Vonnie, I'll hit him with my glaive.
Okay.
And I think this is a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, just don't hit him until I can grab him, because I don't want to.
So
either you grab him when he gets here, or I'll grab him and hit it. Someone needs
I can
to grab
help out
this
with
guy.
that.
Yeah, grab
Maybe
him.
I should hold action grapple. I don't know if that makes sense.
Or just
Do I have
jump
to
on
do
him.
that? I mean, yeah, I'll help out Tira if need be.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, so Grundy, as you're kind of with.
Sorry, can I interrupt for one moment?
Yeah.
Apparently, the girls want me to go and find beef for dinner tonight, and the stores are closing. So I need to go.
Okay.
But if I have a turn next time, I want to run up to him, hex him, or hex someone, and then blow my biggest spell slot that I have left on Scorching Ray.
Wait, I don't think we want to kill him yet. I want to ask
Yeah.
questions or something. Or are we just gonna kill him?
I thought we were keeping one of them, but not both of them.
Wait, which one are we keeping?
Well,
I don't know.
Grundy's he has a handle on the other one. Probably.
Anyway,
So
I
you
have to
probably
go.
need to blow a spell on him.
Well, certainly the other guy doesn't have a handle on.
Yeah.
on
You could say he's at arm's length.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys,
We'll
ya.
figure something out. Yeah.
He's giving out too many handouts. No.
Nah.
Yikes. It's gonna get all grog here pretty soon if Grundy like pockets the guy's hand. Alright, okay, so
I have a skull and ribcage we get attached to.
Oh
Yeah!
my goodness.
Okay, so it was Ulrich's turn, Tira's turn, or the dwarf's turn. So the one, Grundy. Let's see. Ooh, does 22 or does 21 hit you, Grundy?
With what? With his broken arms?
No, he has his offhand. I gave him disadvantage, but he still got a 21.
But a flesh wound.
No, he didn't. You didn't break both his arms. You broke off one of his arms. You only attacked once.
With a big hammer and a crit.
I know he had one hand.
I'm
Like, he
grappled,
stabbed at you. Yeah. I know. He has disadvantage. He still got a 21. So Grundy, as you have like your knee, like pressed up against the dwarf's sternum, but with his offhand, he pulls out a boot knife, and you know what? I like to call things whatever I like to call them.
It's normal size, so it's fine.
He pulls out a boot knife because it fits the circumstance, and he tries to stab it at you, and he kind of gets a pretty shallow scrape / cut across your arm, but you just kind of like slap him across the face as he does, tossing the knife adrift in the snow, lonely, where it will be there for hundreds of years to be discovered by ancient elven civilizations.
Yeah.
Should I break your other arm too? That's the intimidation, by the way.
All right. On your turn, you can roll it. He's just kill me. Then the other dwarf is going to very lamely just kind of walk towards Tira. Get
All
towards
the way,
you.
buddy. All the way. All your movement. Come here.
Yep, he uses his full movement, which is 25. Gets to you.
And then runs away.
Dance with the guys.
Yeah.
Bring it on, bud.
And then there's, I think how it works. And then the spell fades.
Yeah,
Freaks
once he
out
does
again,
my thing.
and
Wait, no,
then runs his
Ulrich was
action.
gonna grab him. Ulrich was holding
Is
his
he running
action.
away?
So he gets up to Tira, spell fades, and then he's going to attempt to use his hasted action to run away again.
Great.
But
Okay, I'm gonna dive on top of him.
Okay, make reactive.
Good old football.
Make an athletics check.
Athletics.
Just come on, Lord.
Oof, I don't even think. No hope in hell. You got a 10.
Yeah.
So he kind of
That's
gets
what we
up
like
to
to
you. He gets up to Tira, realizes his epic mistake, turns around, and at that point, Ulrich, you just kind of toss down your shield and your spear, torpedo him straight in the back, and like toss his body to the ground.
They like tumble in a little ball for a couple feet.
Yeah, he's very much grappled.
Awesome.
And then Aethys walks up and hexes him and blows his brains out.
He's like, we got him! He's like,
Just with his finger, he's just like...
brain splatter my face.
Brain splatter.
Oh my gosh. Tiro just kind of looks at Aethys for a second like, really?
Okay, so this story beat's pretty much done. We're gonna transfer out of the fight, but I need to take a break real quick.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I've been drinking too much of the water.
Same!
I know it's not quite as fun, but it's actually kind of extremely lucky that you weren't there, Chris. Because you could have a conversation, but I don't think the party will be super welcome back at the city after this, so... I can't hear you. You're muted on Discord for me.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea for us to hightail it out of this place as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's what Doyle's definitely gonna kind of encourage them to do after this. So it's kinda good that you were there.
help the whole time.
Well, I mean, you also happened there, so. Oh man. Character choices kill it. Even another kind of bias that goes for it.
Character choices?
My connection's so bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's sad.
The connection keeps going in and out.
Really
Freezing up.
might be me. I'll change.
I think it's just Discord tonight.
I don't know. Grundy chose his friends over getting his name clear. It's a big day.
Yeah. Good day to die hard.
The dick, anyways.
Oh yeah.
Bitch that want to go to the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight for someone that doesn't even want to meet me.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yup.
Yep. Pickle Rick!
Pickle
Ready
Rick.
to decide to our own?
Huh? What was that, Chris?
Nope.
I'm really cutting out.
Shadow of War mobile game is garbage.
This is a mobile game?
Why is there a Shadow of War mobile game?
I don't know, but maybe it's garbage.
I mean, for Fallout 4 it was cool, but why? why for...
I thought there would be some play on it, make it cool, but...
I mean, it's cool when they release an app when the game's release date is announced. It's not cool if they both come out at the same time.
Feels bad.
Because it's like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna play the app or the actual game?
You play the app when you can't play the
Tough
app, so
choice.
It's true. Alright. Now I guess we'll jump cut over to Chris. Or Copper. Is everybody here and ready?
Yeah.
If I can hear Chris, that is. Hopefully I can. Are you there, Chris?
Oh.
Crap. Well, in that case, I guess I'll just continue over on this side of things. Okay,
Why can I never see Kelby?
I don't have my video enabled right now because I couldn't see any of you. So,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, well...
But you could see me before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I could keep it rolling.
Aw.
Okay, so, Grundy, your quarry is officially disarmed, disarmored, and grappled and at your disposal. He's kind of squirming and fighting back as much as a dwarf can do under extreme shock and being grappled. But he's at your disposal. He's not saying anything.
Well, I want to use that intimidation.
He's dead. He's dead, right? Are we?
You're doing what?
I've
My intimidation.
You said you're breaking his other arm?
No, I'm intimidating.
Oh, okay.
Mr. DM, sir.
Wait.
Are we still in initiative?
So at the beginning of your 10th level, you can use your action to frighten someone with your menacing presence. When you do so... Oh, wait, Oh, no, wait, okay. Never mind, I'm not intimidating. I'm doing intimidating presence, which is different.
Ooh.
Okay.
Are we still?
Sorry, go ahead.
Are we still in the initiative order?
No, we're kind of out of combat.
Okay, because then I want to walk over to Grundy and just like cast Zone of Truth. Because
Okay.
it's a dope spell.
It is a dope spell.
It might be helpful. So I'm gonna do that in case he tries to talk.
Okay. So as you cast the spell, you see a circle drawn in the snow by an invisible source.
Well, this is where the Zone of Truth is, so if you want him to not lie, come over here. It's fine.
Alright, never mind then. I'm just gonna take my my chain of returning and wrap it around his legs. Kind of tie him up with it, hold on to
Okay.
it. Putting his legs in the air too, so he can't really stand up.
Wait, you're tying him up in the tree?
No, I'm just holding it.
Oh,
Wrapping around, holding
that might be kind of hard to pull him up off the ground. He's pretty much your weight. But,
it. But I'm a slayer.
that's true.
I can make a strength check if you want me to. I'm not pulling him all the way up. I'm just pulling his legs up. He's laying on his back. I'm pulling his
Okay.
legs up.
Yeah,
Suspended
sure.
in the
So
air.
as you pull up his legs slightly, you notice the flow of blood out of his dismembered arms start to increase.
How is he taking points for that? Should I give him like a couple hit points so he doesn't like die on us?
I mean, he's gonna keep losing points. He's
Bleeding.
He doesn't have an arm, so yeah.
Okay. Well, can I like cover that up in a thing or like tourniquet it so he doesn't like die? But I don't want to
Sure.
like.
Roll a medicine check.
Oh, yay! I'm so good at those.
Yeah.
I'm so good at everything.
You attempt to, but
Hey,
accidentally.
Made it
I'd like
worse.
to. I mean, she can try that, but I can intervene. I want to call over Athos.
Yeah, intervene, please. I don't want to make anything worse.
Okay, well, she's attempting to bandage the arm, and unknowingly, you kind of unlodge a piece of his crumpled shirt, which was kind of covering one of his veins. You pull it off, and the blood flow increases even more because you did roll a natural 1. But so you call over Athos.
Medic.
Okay. Like 45 seconds later, he kind of walks over here. Unless we tell him to run.
With urgency, or asking with urgency.
Okay, so he comes over in 30 seconds. By the time he gets over, the dwarf's face is white as a sheet, and you can tell that he's clearly not. He's kind of losing consciousness.
So can I
use great restoration, please?
I'm afraid I don't think greater restoration will help.
Stop the bleeding.
Wait, is it lesser? Is it restoration the one that cures effects?
Restoration. Lesser
Or is that the one that-
restoration can cure conditions like blindness,
Like,
deafness.
does it
paralysis.
heal though? Let me see.
Less greater restoration, I believe, removes
What does it actually do? Yeah.
greater restoration.
Greater restoration removes effects. Let's see. I can do a cure wounds. Is that really true? That's crazy. Maybe not. Okay.
I can cauterize the wound.
Yeah, he's gonna
With a-
cast a.
with a
He's gonna
smite.
cast a mass cure wounds. So that heals all of you guys in the circle.
Okay,
If
including
you even took any damage.
So it's only 19.
no, yeah, no damage.
Can I pour another like 20 into this guy from my paladin?
Yeah.
Alright. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So the way healing magic works, at least how I define it, it's kind of like it's kind of like shooting morphine into somebody. Like, it gives you temporary vigor, but if they were supposed to heal properly, it's probably more like a overnight
A rest.
kind of
They
process.
stop bleeding then, right?
Yeah, so it temporarily stops the bleeding,
I'd
but
like,
untreated.
I'd like
I'm
to
gonna-
unbind his feet and say, "Now, do you like to fight for a prince who doesn't come to meetings? Or would you like to fight for a true dwarf?" And I reach out my hand and grab his other hand in an attempt to bring him to his feet.
I mean, he's probably gonna die soon, but you know.
Roll a persuasion check.
And he has to tell the truth of what he wants to.
Yeah, he has to not lie.
True, but ooh.
Can I like assist with that?
I mean, he already rolled a 20, which is pretty damn good. I'd say.
Just. Okay. Continue.
I think I shed enough blood for my prince for one lifetime.
You're a fellow Doi, and I won't treat you with cruelty. I lift him to his feet, help him to his feet.
He kind of weakly nods. You definitely notice that the loss of blood and limb definitely has taken a drastic effect on him.
Should I cauterize the wound? Because I can do that.
Sure. Yeah. You can
I
do
look
that.
at
That'd be
Athos
another
and I say-
medicine check, though.
Would it be cruel to cauterize this wound?
Okay, like he's not actively dying at this point, but the fact that he lost so much blood, it's not like a bounce back recovery type deal.
So, I'll ask the guy. Sir, would you like me to cauterize that for you?
Do what you have to do and be done with
It'll hurt
it.
a lot. Okay.
Actually, Grundy's hammer would probably be pretty good for this.
Yeah, I have a searing smite, so I can literally just turn my sword and just go like. But if Grundy want to use your hammer to.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Me again?
You're the one who's doing it.
Oh no, this is not good.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, so you know well enough to put something in his mouth. So you put a bit of a leather strap in his mouth, heating up your blade with your holy magic, and searing it into him. It's definitely slightly clumsy work, and it takes a bit too long. And
It's a long sword.
He falls. Yeah, he falls unconscious, at least for a few seconds, from the shock again. But it does appear to have taken a good effect.
I'm gonna give him another 40. I'm gonna give him the rest of my 40 hit point. Rest of my 40
Okay.
points.
Wait, how many points do you have?
I have 64.
Jeez.
So I have 4 left.
Okay. Well,
I want some.
I mean, I think like 5 points will take him to full. So.
So I'll do like 5 instead of 40, because you know.
Okay. Okay.
I might need those.
Okay. Very good. So while he's recovering from his unconsciousness, Ulrich, do you want to bring your dude over or separate the witnesses?
Oh,
He's
my
dead.
dude, yeah. Oh,
Did
no, we didn't actually blast his head open.
Oh, okay. I thought Avis like
It was just a prank, bro.
I was like,
Oh god.
shit! I got you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of get off this guy, still strong arming him. I'm gonna try to stand up and I'll grab him by like the collar of his shirt or his armor or whatever. Kind of haul him up and kind of march him over.
Ulrich to bring him into the zone of truth.
Okay. So I have my halberd. I'm holding it pretty high up on the pole. I kind of sticking the blade into his back and then have my other arm on his shoulder. So I shove him over there.
Okay, so you're kind of encouraging him to move with the point of a very sharp spear.
Yeah.
Very good. Roll an intimidation check just for funsies.
Okay. Sorry, my chart disappeared.
So as you're pushing him over, yeah. So he has his head sunk pretty low, not putting up as much of a fight as you would have anticipated. But you managed to push him over, plop him down where Tira directed you.
Is he the guy that hit me with the arrow? I think he is, right?
Yeah.
This guy? Yeah. So you could move him down.
I don't know if you would have.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's the guy.
You're a good shot, laddie. You're the one that hit me.
Kind of like.
I would be very, very scared right now.
I'm good at shooting traitors.
So if he tries to lie, he has to make a save. And I'll know about it.
I'm decent at shooting traitors.
There you go! That's what we like to see.
Who's the real traitor? Your prince, or the one that's helping your fellow Dawe back to health? We mean no harm against you. It was a good fight. But I want you to truly think if you would rather be fighting for your prince or a worthy king.
And which worthy king do you suggest?
That I don't know. But I have a strong feeling it's neither side, nor the Chancellor's men or your prince.
Let's say roll another persuasion check.
Okay.
Yeah. He just kind of stays more or less silent, kind of silently contemplating his options here, carefully calculating his next response.
You can lower your blade, Ulrich.
I was just
I
about
lower
to
it.
point mine at him.
They're free to go if they please. But I want
Are
him
you sure?
to think of what it is to be a dwarf, and whether this is a cause worth fighting for.
You're being rather polite to a group of people that just jumped you in the middle of a forest.
They were simply orders. They had no malice towards me.
It sounds like they had some malice towards you.
Seems like a lot of people have a lot of malice towards you.
The fully healed dwarf kind of looks into your face for like long and hard, Grundy.
And I'm in the circle of truth too, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're all in the circle of truth.
Woo, circle of truth!
I can see now. You have Honor Slayer. He kneels down, kind of picking up the other dwarf, wrapping his arm around his neck, and starts to his one arm, you douche.
Yeah, I wanted to break his arm, I didn't want to sever it, to be fair.
Well,
You don't know your own strength.
I guess not.
gosh, Grundy.
He kind of like fireman supports the other dwarf, and they both attempt to start walking towards the keep. Now in the middle of a fully active snowstorm.
Tira, almost against her will, says, "Bye, Stumpy." Quietly. Very,
She's a
very
paladin?
quietly. Very, very
Hey,
quietly.
Paladin,
You can be a mean paladin.
You can have mean paladins, but not the dickish
Tira?
paladins.
Tira, you are now chaotic evil, and all of your holy magic is no longer in effect.
I'm chaotic good. I'm allowed
You
to
are
say
now
bye,
taken over by the
Stumpy.
forces of chaos, and your mind is no longer your own.
Good playing with you guys. See you next week with a new character. Hope you enjoyed this one.
All right.
Are they going back to the keep that I came from?
They're going back to Casa Drake.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're done here, I'd like to accompany them.
Okay, so you guys start following them, more or less, trying to keep an eye on if they'll collapse in the snow again.
Mm-hmm.
I asked politely
As you-
if I can accompany them on their journey, because I don't want to impose.
Do they need a steed? 'Cause I could probably find one.
A
I really
trusty
want-
steed?
A trusty Steve.
I could probably, I could summon that. It's just if they want to wait 10 minutes. It takes a long time. Jesus Christ.
I mean, you guys are only like a mile away from the city,
Yeah.
so it'd probably take about. I don't think you'd save them a lot of time, though.
Yeah, no. I could walk a mile in 12 minutes. So.
But I mean, it is a snowstorm, so.
I mean, do
You
they
wouldn't-
want the
you still
speed or not?
No, they do not want your horse. Go away.
It could be a better thing.
No, we don't want your horse. As you guys kind of walk past that direction, you see three bodies in the snow, like on the opposite side, where you guys were collapsing. One of them's kind of kneeling, not moving. The other two splayed out on the ground with kind of a blanket of blood around them. The one kneeling, kind of frozen still is appears to be Doyle.
I run towards him.
You run towards him. As you get closer, you notice that his body is covered in blood. You're not sure if it's all his or not. He's not. As you reach him, he's like, "No need to worry yourself, lass.
Are you all right, or are you wounded? Do you need healing? I can do that. That's about the only thing I can do. Are you sure you're all right? What happened?
I'm just an old dwarf warrior who has a broken heart.
I extend my hand out to pick him up, like just to help him up. If
Okay,
he's like down.
He accepts your help and stands up.
And as soon as I grab his hand, I put 5 hit points into him. Kaboosh! I'm like the Oprah of hit points tonight, guys.
Sleight of hand for that. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Sneak that in there.
21.
Yeah, you sneak it in. He doesn't. Really,
You get 5 hit points.
He doesn't really notice. You look at him and you pick him up, but his attention's still towards the dwarves he just killed. Anyway.
He just killed, or we just killed?
Yeah, he just killed. He was absent from your fight because he had a fight of his own. Because another group of dwarves were coming up from behind. He starts walking with you guys. He's like, I think.
Do you need a steed? I'm sorry. I gotta turn the memes off.
I think your time in Casa Dreg is coming to an end. The prince will not likely miss this.
Shit.
Yeah, he says that to all of you guys.
This is going to complicate things.
These survivors, though they might be on your side for now, they'll still need to report into their garrison, or they'll be labeled traitors and be executed. You don't have a lot of time. Maybe one more night. I wouldn't press your welcome more. I don't think they'll notice me. I'm going to stay in the city and see what positive change I can have here, but I'd advise you to go and talk to your friend Copper, see if he's found anything from the priestess. And continue on your journey. He kind of looks to you, Grundy.
Does the prince still command the guard? Would that not
They
be
do.
the king's jurisdiction?
As you're well aware, the king's guard, those who are loyal to him, are those now loyal to the High Chancellor. Other than that, most of the army are allied with the Longbeards, with the prince.
How many strong is the prince's side?
The current garrison of the hold is about 1,200 strong. Of that, maybe 300 are loyal to the prince, or to the king. So as I say, I'll stay here. Maybe see if I can help the Chancellor in any way I can. Grundy, I'm proud of you.
And are you Doyle?
Kind of nods to you, taking the rest of the trip in silence, still kind of contemplating the...
Did the Chancellor ever say who he wanted to be king? Or did he not?
From what you remember, the Chancellor's conversation being, he's still holding out hope that the High King Thornton
survive.
Can be healed. Yeah, he hasn't offered up a secondary choice yet, but possibly in the future. But anyway, do you guys want to head back to the temple, meet Copper?
Yeah, let's find Copper.
Okay. While you guys are journeying, Copper, you return to the Great Ancestral Temple, which you're quite familiar with at this point, with its high ceilings and round columns of marble. There, you see, kind of across, kind of on the outskirts of the main temple's interior, next to the side library where you were, at kind of a dark wooden desk with a couple books on it, you notice the High Priestess Bellicana, not noticing your approaches. She's kind of very much focused on the tome she's reading, almost frantically reading.
Priestess, might I have a word?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you. Yeah. Oh, it is you. I think I found something.
How'd it go?
I
Did you trip?
I was cleaning up the library after your
Was it just a rehearsal thing?
stay. I don't think that Grundy fellow was very clean. He left this book toppled on the floor, but I found this tome about the Shadow Wars, and there are words here that speak of a plague.
Go on.
The Shadow Plague. It was uncurable, except there was one sorceress, she found a way. There was a phylactery, some sort of vessel that can possibly negate a soul tether. If you transfer the person's soul from their body into the phylactery while you undergo the exorcism, apparently their soul cannot be harmed.
That is promising.
We don't have.
Are we safe to talk here without being overheard?
From natural or unnatural foes.
Well, in the ears of dwarves.
She kind of looks around. You see a couple other priestesses on the other side, kind of gossiping to themselves. They're a good 200 feet away, but if we speak quietly, I believe so.
Perfect. To see the king.
Is it as bad as it was when I was there?
The High Chancellor took us in. He told us you had been the one who'd been tending to him before the prince sent you away.
It's true.
And you are sure it's a soul tether, you think? Same as the gnome?
The symptoms were similar, now that I think of it, to Lombardi, your friend. His flesh was grey and cracked. I felt a dark aura surrounding the king, just... I don't know what else could be. The illness surpasses any natural or supernatural remedies I tried to apply to it.
This is very worrying. The High Chancellor suggested something that we might go investigate in Barad, something I'm familiar with. An incident that occurred there in some of the ruins. Very, very similar. Related to the shadows of some sort.
Good. So we have a lead. We have some hope. Can you go there? Can you go? I know the passes are closing with the
come back to my friends. I think they'll leave at once.
Very good. I don't know how much longer things will remain safe in the city.
To me, the prince is going to continue to attempt his power grab, regardless of his father's condition. I attempted to sow a little bit of chaos. Maintain a bit of decision.
I heard the rumors of some spectral entities, preaching
I might have
calamity.
impersonated a mad dwarf priest, but...
I suppose it is good to have friends like you.
If you can do anything here to try to maintain this discussion, prevent a decision from being made, maybe buy us as much time as you can.
I will try, but please remember I've been removed from the high circle. There are still who witness my authority and sway, but there are mostly the religious types among the hold.
Yes, but you recognize how much power you hold, of course. Even your suggestion that there might be truth to this could be enough to keep people guessing.
I'll do my best.
Hey, Priestess.
Thank you, Master Gnome, for your willingness to... your unselfless actions for helping the Hold. For a home that is not directly yours.
Well, I do what I can. I must admit I do have a perhaps more selfish reason to do this. I'm soul-bound to a different being.
Nonetheless, you put your life and your lifeblood on the line for us, for our well-being, and I appreciate it, no matter your motive. But as soon as you can meet your friends, I'd advise following this lead as fast as you can. The passes are closing.
Fortunately, I have a magical transportation. We'll be able to get there quickly. It's returning that'll be the hard part.
You mercenaries are definitely a resourceful lot, I'll give you that. But,
being wizards.
well, once again, thank you. But you should be on your way.
Yes, if you hear any more news, please send it once.
I believe there are those in our order who have the capacity for magical transportation of knowledge. I will look into it.
It's greatly appreciated, High Priestess. Be well.
And you be well. May the ancestors guide your paths, and grant you an honorable death if should it come to it. She kind of nods.
But thank you.
She nods to you as you turn away, and just as you turn away, you hear the great doors open as a flurry of snow pours in through the open entrance. There, bloodied and torn up, you see in the forefront Doyle, and behind them the rest of the party entering the great temple of the ancestors.
I'm going to be leaving sooner than I thought.
Athos, do you need to catch up?
For like 2 seconds, yeah.
Okay. They completed the fight. They talked with Doyle. He suggested that you and the party leave Casa Dreg as fast as you can, perhaps following any other leads that you can. He and the priestess, the high priestess of the ancestors, Belicana, are going to stay in Casa Dreg and try to effect as much of a standstill on the current political situation. Yeah, so then, Copper, you can fill in the party on what you learned.
We're going. We're going now. We're going to Parade.
What are we gonna do there?
No questions. We need to get out of here by the looks of you.
We're preventing.
Okay.
Wait, are we going specifically to Parade, or are we going just anywhere?
Yeah.
To my house in Parade.
Oh. Because that's where we can
The life of Barad! Sorry.
Yeah, maybe it's short.
Okay.
Anyone not coming? Better step away right now.
I'm not. I have to go somewhere else. I have to, Winter, and you seem to get along fine without me, so I wish you all safe travels. Good luck.
Put yourself. And with that, I cast...
Step back by the priestess.
Okay, so tracing the familiar teleportation circle on the ground.
This is just straight teleport.
Never mind. You all grab hands, and with a flash and a jolt of force and acceleration, you feel your bodies thrown through the astral sea temporarily into complete darkness, only brightened by faint starlight on the distant horizon. For a second, you feel you feel your chest stop and kind of your just a jolt of force as you look up. Did you roll your thing to see what you got?
Oh shoot, is there a chance we didn't get there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it doesn't actually roll for me on this spell. Let me,
D100.
That would be awkward. So, guys,
There shouldn't be much chance of failure, it's just the fact since it's a very familiar place. So don't worry, it's mostly safe.
Mostly.
I'm-
Guys,
We're
we're
fine.
trapped in a pocket dimension.
That could happen. Let's see,
So
80.
we may be back in Sarkette right now.
Where's
I
that?
need that damn magic carpet back.
Yeah.
Business there.
Business to attend to.
Indeed.
Okay. Let me pull up my description. So you feel the pulse of energy and the de-escalation of the spell as you find yourselves once again. This time, no snow falling, no clouds, but still a very, very crisp dusk at the outskirts of Barad. You can look across the great field and you can see the small divided city resting on its 3 hills where the River Tyne and the Endless Sea meet. As you look up, you can see Aeth Glianan, the immense white tower rising several hundred feet up into the air, the tall square base supporting the column of ivory marble, which now glints a slight blue in the moonlight. So you are here. Welcome to Barad.
To my house, then we talk.
So traveling up the well-crafted yet worn with age elven road up towards the divided city, you walked past with some bittersweet memories, walking past the old fairgrounds where Lilac's caravan, the Romani travelers, had previously set up camp in your travel here before.
Shed a single tear.
After kind of the sad moment, you pass on through the gate. The gate's surprisingly open at this hour of night. You see several of the mage guards. A vast contrast between those of the dwarven guards and these are all lithe individuals wearing kind of a half plate mithril ancient elven armor and half blue cloaks. You walk through the new city, its crowded alleyways and kind of rough human construction, until eventually you get to the great outer wall separating the old town from the new town, at the base of Aeth Glianan. As you look up at the tall elven walls that encircle the tower, the walls are divided by 4 gates on the points in the cardinal direction. The beauty of the ancient structure as you're looking up is somehow lessened as you hear the immense thuds and impacts of a 15-foot tall stone golem forged of independently floating rune-covered boulders, kind of tethered together with crackling arcane energy. 2 of them walk past on their silent, verbally silent patrol. You show the city guard at the gate your passes and enter in, and eventually find yourselves in the first story of Copper's humble yet well-crafted, well-furnished, and well-kept home, where you are which you are familiar. This is where you kind of popped out of the book. But you find yourselves here finally in a place of silence and just kind of a mundane peace.
Happened to you.
Oh, what happened to us? Well, it turned out that it wasn't the prince that met with Grundy. It wasn't the prince at all.
He'd be lying dead on the ground, I'm sure.
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name. I don't think we really had the time to introduce ourselves. Oh, Torum, that was his name.
The conversation was immediately cut short with a sharp knock on the door.
Go to answer.
Before you, dressed dressed in dark leather with long blonde hair and with a large carpet awkwardly rolled and kind of stuffed on a sort of back satchel. You see Vonnie.
I kick her in the shin.
Vonnie.
What the?
Oh, good.
I kick her in the shin.
Fuck! Grundy, what the shit? I punch him in the face.
Come in quickly, please.
I come in. Grundy, what the crap? After I punch him in the face.
You didn't say goodbye. I keep
Ow,
not like
ow.
hard as I can, but like keep kind of like kicking her in the shin.
Yeah, Vonnie, now you kind of notice that all of them look a little bit battle worn, and Grundy himself is kind of covered in blood from his torso down.
I just kind of like
I like
playfully.
how the guards just let us in, and he's like covered in.
Yeah, I didn't really think
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
That was just been like unnecessary hang-ups.
You know,
so
we've
you
been
can
here
continue.
before.
I've got enough sway
who we
here.
are.
I can make them look the other way for
Like,
this.
don't worry. It's jam.
It's for Halloween.
Yeah, Chris, you're down 3 third-level spell slots for using like Charm Person over and over again.
No, I think I've just got enough sway that I can actually.
For sure.
Things happen.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's good to see you. Oh, looking. You had a lot of fun without me. I hug Grundy and just like rub his head. Look, I didn't say goodbye. I didn't say goodbye because when I was leaving, you weren't there. You were off gallivanting, doing your own thing. I'm sorry.
You were off gallivanting, doing your own thing as well.
Well, you know, having a baby will
it's
do
good
that
to
to
see
you.
you, Vonnie. You look less fat.
As charmed as always, Vonnie. We're glad to have you back.
Of course.
But back to business. Ulrich,
What's going on?
Yeah.
I suppose this means we are very unwelcome in Kazakh Dreg now.
That's the short of it. Got into quite a tussle with a few dwarves there. Things are really heating up between the Chancellor's forces and the Prince. I don't know if we're on the brink of conflict in the future, but we are not welcome there.
Oh,
Then we're on a timer. All right.
lovely. Well,
To speed.
all right. So you, Jesus Christ, are we going to attempt to help these dwarven people? I mean, it seems like their government is in a state of unrest. That's not good.
Well, I mean, we have a few choices of what we want to do. The one problem is that this High King is under the spell of some sort of shadow plague or something like that, and I don't know what kind of leads we have in that situation. Did you learn anything about that, Copper?
I did. Nothing particularly solid, only that there is a magical object of some sort, a phylactery, which we could use to possibly keep the king's soul safe while we has possession of him.
Yeah.
Copper, you are intelligent as always. What exactly is a phylactery?
Think of it as a soul jar, a place outside of a body that the individual's soul can be placed, kept safe, usually used by things like liches and other dark forces.
Oh, great.
So
I'm
you
assuming
think
we're gonna have to
that-
go get one.
You
Well-
think that the soul is outside of him right now, or we need to get it out?
Essentially, we have to divide whatever two things are in him. We can't get rid of the thing that's in him without killing his soul. So we have to take his soul out first, and then take out the thing that's in him.
So we're not
Oh.
welcome in Kazakh. However, we are going to go back, somehow infiltrate the king's, I'm assuming, private quarters and fight a thing all in time without getting caught by the guards?
Possibility.
Oh, great. Or,
Welcome to D&D.
or we could hire some younger group of explorers and they could go do that and we could all sit back and have drinks and catch up and it would be great and fun and I've been searching.
We're gonna start subcontracting or adventuring out now that we're barons.
Just
Oh, follow our mission.
This is what D&D is about, guys. It becomes a phone app.
We have to
Oh,
pay.
Look,
did
I
you
have-
gain weight?
For it to succeed, though, we have to pay premium currency. We have to literally give chat money for us.
yeah. We have to help you pay for the premium subscription to
I
Multi.
don't have money right now, so.
All right.
But I have a driver's license. Sorry, staying in the thing. All right. So, Copper, what is your plan?
What is our plan?
What is the plan? Well, Copper's always the one with the plan, so.
Wait, okay.
This is a smart one, I suppose.
Really metagamey question on the way. How far are we from leveling up?
Quite a ways.
Damn it. Okay. Because if we level up...
Because there's something coming around the corner that can really help out.
Yeah, pretty much. Etherealness. Look it up.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
We could just go grind.
Yeah, man, let's just go kill a dragon or something.
You know, I actually
Hey, we can summon a dragon, guys.
Low-level contract.
Oh.
We can't
We can
just
summon a dragon.
Kill him.
Kill it, get the XP, and then level up. And then we're set.
Oh my.
Yeah, maybe a couple dragons, then we'll level up.
Oh my. Yeah, no, I'm still level 12, so we need to. So you mentioned a phylactery. Do we know where to get one? I'm assuming we can't just stop at the store and pick one up.
No.
Do you have one?
But on me, but I have reason to believe that it's somewhere beneath the city of Barad.
Somewhere beneath? Are there caverns? Cisterns?
All right.
Sinkholes?
This is going to take a few minutes to explain. Settle down and settle in for a minute.
I hand grab you a
University,
flask.
correct?
The Barad University, is that what you said? Yes.
City. And the university was founded on archaeology, specifically of the ancient ruin that this is the city of.
Right, you mentioned that.
When we've been working on Barad, we've discovered an immense system of underground chambers and systems which appear to be an ancient part of an even older buried city beneath the city we're currently in.
So you're assuming a phylactery is hidden
Well, hold
somewhere?
on. Don't interrupt me.
Okay.
Nice.
I've been a princess for the past year. I've been used to interrupting. You're going to have to get used to that.
As I was a professor here,
just cast silence on
in
her.
fact, at the point of time that I was expelled is the wrong word, but asked to suspend my teaching activities at the university, there was a incident on an expedition.
I remember your incident.
That incident bears great similarities to interacting with.
Alright.
Maybe some connection, and apart from that, we also have a couple of leads that suggest there is something beneath Barad, an archive, a secret archive.
Okay.
Alright, so...
I'm ready to go find it.
I love Ulrich's enthusiasm. It's truly wonderful.
I appreciate you deeply, Ulrich. You are exactly the sort of person that I need.
Especially now I'm back. No, I'm kidding. It's wondrous.
Yeah, now that you're back.
And now that I'm back, he needs his patience.
Now, you remember when we were in the book, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
My friend was trapped within it.
Right. Did you? I'm assuming you've never gotten your friend issue sorted out.
That is a different question altogether.
Mine.
What is important now, though, is I believe that the book serves as a phylactery of sorts for him. The last year, but I've not made much progress. But I think there ought to be someone here in the university, maybe several people, who we could ask and figure out more about this object.
Okay, and where we could find it. Kind of narrow down our search.
So no one here
so
has a
whoever
phylactery?
Whoever wants to roll a history check.
I'm
But
terrible at history.
I probably wouldn't know anything. Wow.
Oh, hold
Well, I
on.
mean, it's more about your personal memory.
Oh, okay.
Or your character's
Oh,
memory.
okay.
It's not. Yeah. So when you were talking, or when you were questioning Lombardi when he was dead, his Speak with Dead session, he did mention two sources who are aware of the whereabouts of the hidden archive. One of them being quote unquote the High Magus, and the other one quote unquote the Septum.
Mm-hmm. Septum and High Mages.
Yeah, just trying to refresh. I know that was a long time ago.
My notes.
So, Copper, which of these two do you recommend?
Well, for now, we should at least rest and get you all tidied up. We can't go around through the city during the daylight with you all looking like this.
What are you talking about? I look lovely.
And that's a very, very thin cloak. You are going to want much more than that. It is winter. In this continent, at least.
You're right, I did just come back from the warm desert where it was warm and sunny and lovely.
By the way, how is your child?
Oh, Summer's lovely. Just wonderful.
Wait, what's her name?
Summer.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Yes, no, she's 3-4 months old? Yeah.
Oh.
She's...
And she's back in Sarket?
Yes, she stayed behind. I didn't want to bring her on this excursion.
Yeah. So what made you come back now?
I'm looking for someone. Again. I seem to be in the business of trying to find people. No, I got a letter from Sparrow, or Thomas.
Huh.
As you might remember him, he's currently...
Godly. And how did you find us?
Well, you guys are very stealthy, and I was just walking down the street, and I saw and smelled a bloody party of adventurers clinging around in Aethys's armor, you know, and I followed you here.
Yeah. But why sail back to Barad?
Well, it was where he suggested I look. His contact has gone silent, and he said Barad was the place to be, so I kissed my husband and small child goodbye and picked up my bow again.
We go wandering across the country to find our sources. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for... I don't believe he said his name? Her name? He did. I'm trying to... You have a very interesting font.
Yeah, let me pull up the handout one.
Interesting to read.
Yeah, I need to find a better one.
She's a sorceress, so you might know a bit about her. Copper.
Actually, let me make a handout real
Are
quick.
you sure you said her name? I mean...
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure. Jaina Iris.
Jaina Iris. Copper? I'm assuming...
The name
You've
sounds
been here
vaguely
longer than
familiar, but I'm not directly connected with her.
Interesting. Well... I'm looking for her.
And why are you looking for her?
Upon request, and there was a promise of payment.
Would you like me to read the...
I think she's getting bored and tired of living in a palace and wanted some excitement.
Alright, fine. Yes, I'm getting tired of brunches and board meetings.
Do you want me to read the letter so you
Yeah,
don't have to
or-
suffer through my handwriting or
I mean,
my font writing?
Your font
Here, Vonnie,
is-
why don't you read that letter out loud to us?
Yeah, here, I pull it out.
Okay.
Read it.
Crinkling parchment and a red wax seal
Put on
with
my mom reading
a
glasses.
sparrow on it. Hello, old friend. I'm so happy to hear everything is going well for you in recent months. New husband and a new baby. Probably the greatest haul any of us can hope for. I can't imagine how restless your bow arm must be, however. That being said, if you were in the market, I might have a gig for you in the old crew. No heist, no great treasure, I'm afraid, but I need someone to find something I've lost. Consider this a repayment for all the times I've saved your ass. My contact in Barad has gone silent. Very unlike her, she is a talented sorceress and dear friend, and I can't help but think she is in danger. I know you have been out of the game for a while, and I understand if you decide to leave the thrill of the hunt behind, but if not, look for Jaina Iris in Old Town. P.S. I never let good work go without good pay. Thomas Burrell.
Oh, that's what those words are. Okay, because that... I'm slightly dyslexic, so that was just like...
Yeah, I need to find a bit of font.
Is Thomas, what's his face? Is that Sparrow?
Yeah, that's Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's
Yeah.
Sparrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, wait, who's Thomas? I'm like, I'm assuming it's Sparrow, but I'm pretty... Yeah. Okay. It took me a couple minutes to like... Who is this guy?
Sorry.
Sorry, I just always known him as Sparrow, so... But it's fine. I figured it out eventually. I'm like, sure. So yes, that is why I'm here. Wait, you said I had a carpet on my back, Mr. DM, sir.
I did tell you that, yeah.
Do I know what this does? Am I just carrying around carpet now?
You're carrying around a flying carpet that a dragonborn dude returned to you.
Oh yes.
May I please have that?
Aethys, I figured you of all people would want this. You seemed quite attached to it. I take it off my back and I hand it to him. A very happy dragonborn came to me and brought it, and asked about Lilac, and we had a moment. So just be careful about it, because that's kind of a piece of.
Still has lilac musk on it.
I was just like holding it and just like I cuddled with it a little bit. I was like, but it's fine. Be careful with that. Don't lose it, please, because we need a carpet. I know, and I was just like at night. Sometimes I just like, oh my god, nerd.
Yeah. So Sean, if you type in "carpet of flying," you can drag it onto your player sheet, and we'll add it into the compendium.
Which one is it? Because there are multiple sizes.
It's the Philip. Which one was it?
What size is that?
I think it was like a middle-sized one. Yeah, so it's the 400-pound one, I think. So it's.
I was carrying around a 400-pound carpet on my back.
Carry 400 pounds.
No, the capacity is.
Oh, okay. I don't think I could manage that.
Yeah, I don't know how much it actually weighs.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sean, you're gonna have to take that into consideration because you're wearing plate-ish armor. You have a big sword and a big shield, and you're not a super strong dude.
The magic of the carpet is it can carry the friends of the wielder.
Wait, how much can it carry?
It can carry 400 pounds.
I would say it's like 20 pounds, right? Rolled up.
Maybe probably closer to 30. Breads are heavy.
Big thick carpet.
What it?
You just have it fly along you, besides you, the whole time.
He's got a leash on it.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll say it's 20 pounds. But
Wait, what was the carpet's command word? Hover? Spin?
Spin cycle.
I thought it was neutral evil.
It was spin cycle.
Yep, spin cycle.
It was spin cycle in.
Draconic.
Oh man, what's that language? The wind language. The
Wind language?
The wind language.
I could speak a really weird language.
Yeah, it
was.
starts with an A.
You could speak to the carpet?
Let me look this up.
They had a conversation.
For no good reason.
The carpet.
It was
Smart
like
carpet.
Acker something.
Arin.
Aaron, yeah. Okay.
Aaron.
That's right.
That's
It
enough
was
of
spin
me
cycle.
interrupting your role playing. Sorry, get back to it.
No, it's fine. So, yeah. I remind Aethys of the command word, which I'm sure he remembers just fine.
Okay, question. How does this look? I can't
Your outfit?
Or
What are you talking about?
It's called a Sulu. I'm in a man skirt right now. It's a Fijian thing.
No, I can't see.
You're in a man
It looked like you
skirt?
were wearing sweatpants.
It looked like you were wearing something like.
Styling advice.
Aw,
Style guy.
Send me a Snapchat. I want to see.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I'll send you one.
Let's jump back in
Alright, well-
for a few more minutes at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. Alright.
it's gonna take a little while for me to figure out. So we may just need to spend a few days searching the city.
Yes, indeed. Chad, do you know how long I've been here? In Broad.
Maybe like a day and a half.
Right. So I have all my passes and stuff. I don't need to like
Yeah.
go get them. Okay, cool.
And you had a pass from before, because you guys did the whole like circus
I wasn't
thing
sure.
to get.
I wasn't sure if it was a whole like a seasonal pass or like a half a year pass or like a weekly pass. You know, so I was just making
I
sure.
mean, you have to pay a subscription fee, of course.
Mm.
Damn it!
Don't worry, I
put that
kept
on
this
my
up to
husband's
date.
credit card. So
You don't. No, that's not how this works. You don't have infinite money.
no, it is now.
It's on
That's-
Copper. Copper
How
keeps
did
everything
that-
up to date here. This is his city.
Copper, should I compensate you for this? You need to be compensated.
It's coming from the group funds anyway, so.
Oh, okay. We good. Grundy,
Sean putting on a dance for
Shake it,
ladies.
Sean, shake it!
wait, I missed it! Gosh darn it.
Oh, God, watch the VOD. Darn.
Now I will watch the VOD. Grundy, I deeply apologize if you feel like I have slighted you.
Checky.
Grundy, I am deeply apologetic if you feel like I have slighted you in our friendship. I did not mean it in the least bit. However, well, I was pregnant and cranky, and I did it. My feet were swollen. Grundy, you have no idea how miserable being pregnant is. Honestly, it's terrible. Whoever invented it was a moron. Do you want to go get a drink?
Not in that outfit, he won't.
Ah, this outfit is amazing.
No, not you, him.
I have not fit into these
My
pants.
friend's walking
in a
around the
month.
city in blood.
Oh, right. I do like a doggy shake off.
Like Bonnie just like
Blood goes
Bonnie
everywhere.
just pulls her cloak.
So like
like
half dried drops of blood like spray
Blood,
on-
water,
on
sweat.
Copper's carpet. And, like, everything.
Oh,
I just like wipe a fleck off my face like this. I'm like,
oh, that's easy to clean out.
he has spells. I'm sure it'll be fine. Copper, is there anything you need before I go gallivanting off again? Over
I just
with.
need you all not to get any more trouble here. We've been kicked out of one city. I'd like to stay in this one.
Well,
Yes,
I
we don't want to
turned
draw
to
too much attention.
Aethys. I turned to Aethys for a
What?
second.
Okay.
Have you heard about a certain blockade from home? The Dawn Islands. I've not heard of it.
Yes, I have.
Do you know anything about that? I've been trying to contact Morshara, but nothing's going through.
They're sealing themselves from the rest of the world. They're protecting themselves
From what?
Get
from
it.
what's coming. If we don't go back soon, we're not going to be let in.
I have family there.
Yeah, well, so do I.
Damn it. Well, maybe we can make a trip. I don't know.
I'd say the best chance is either you leave now, war, and prevent Armageddon from occurring.
Chad, how many months did they give us to come back? They gave us a time frame.
Yeah, you probably have like 28 days or so left.
For Morashara?
For
Until
the Dawn Islands.
yeah, so the way they described it basically was they're allowing people to come back to the islands like within a month, but then they're not really letting people leave. So anyway, yeah, they're just trying to barricade themselves off because they don't feel the need of sacrificing elfin lives in the war that their seer had foreseen. Aethlianen.
Hmm.
Well, that's not very surprising.
Is this our war? Is this the same conflagration that
The
people
war
are
we're trying to
predicting?
prevent, yeah.
Between the okay, I see.
Well, that's not surprising. Not exactly known for their bravery.
Now, there's rumors that the new prince is going to be dangerous.
Well, are the
But
Dawn
He's
Islands?
amassing an army.
Who are the Dawn Islands allied with? Are they allied
They're
with
Elven.
Letherden and Levick, or because I thought the dwarves were fighting in the Riverlands and Levick and Letherden, right?
I think the Dawn Islands are allied with themselves.
With themselves. So who's gonna fight them?
The humans.
The humans.
I just don't.
Why would
I think
Why would the humans?
Why would the
fight
humans attack the Dawn Islands?
there's no. I think they're just
No.
sealing themselves off, trying to remain like completely neutral.
No, they're sealing themselves off from the coming of the frost.
Do you think that the dwarves once started with stop with humans enemies, their ancient foes?
That's
I
true.
guess not. If that's what they're
Yes.
after.
Yeah,
What are the
Prince
dwarves
was
after?
going on about?
Domination? World domination? Doesn't seem dwarven.
Dwarves are for the dwarves.
Oh, true dwarf is. We just want our mountains.
Right.
It's the prince.
Well,
Do the dwarves, do they currently have sovereignty over all of their islands? Or have they lost some recently? Or a long time ago?
Sorry, what? What?
Do they have sovereignty, the dwarves? Do they have sovereignty over all of the lands that they would call their own? Or have they lost some, like, over time? Like, certain areas?
So...
Lands.
Yeah, unfortunately... roll a history check, actually.
Oof, not the greatest thing for me.
Didn't pay attention in history class. There's a really cute girl sitting in front of him.
Not for dwarves, I didn't.
Fortunately, you've got a native of the region and a historian with you.
Yeah, can I ask them?
Yeah, so pretty much I mean, you guys got pretty high. Like, Ulrich, you would have heard tales from this from early childhood living next to dwarven kingdoms, though somewhat removed from Khazad-dûm. And Copper from books or other learning. Basically, the political atmosphere of the Riverlands have been shaped by two major occurrences in the last 300 years. So there's been the incursion of Langerberg from the east, and then, but earlier than that, there were a war between the Letherdenians, which in that time included Levick, Letherden, and as far up as Barad, like Maine, Barad, all those cities. So those were the Letherdenian kingdoms, and then the dwarves fought alongside those from Jorvik and Ackerland. Also, immediately after the wars in the Riverlands, there was a incursion called the Shadow Wars, where great gates were opened to alternate planes. It's still a mystery kind of where they came from, but armies of wraiths poured through the city, and it took the good king, Waldemar the Good of Maine, managed to confederate the dwarven powers and kind of become a separate entity from Letherden. And with that confederacy, they were able to win the Shadow Wars. The High King at the time when that happened was actually Thoradin. He's a very old dwarf, so he remembers the Shadow Wars, at least as long as he can live, but he's probably about the last dwarf who does. So he still honors the human alliance with Maine, but if a new king takes precedence and begins to honor, quote-unquote, the ways of the grudge, they're going to go out and try to settle some scores.
And the prince seems like a literal traditionalist. That is to say that he takes those old stories and teachings very literally.
He's a constitutionalist.
I would say
Dwarves probably want to.
He'd take them more to his advantage. Like he would use that as his excuse for a power grab.
But I don't think he's going to stop his power grab at the ancient dwarven lands.
Right. It will be a war.
Sorry, I missed a part. There's a lot of secret lore I haven't been sharing, I guess. So when Langerberg came over, there is a second. Most of the dwarven powers are separated into two holds. The main hold is Khazad-dûm over in the west, and the main hold in the east is Khazad-dûm. Khazad-dûm and most of its factions are now considered a protectorate of Langerberg. In other words, Langerberg pretty much just owns them. One of the things that diminished the popularity of Thoradin the most is that his number one priority, historically speaking, is to keep his hold safe. So he didn't march out his armies to help Khazad-dûm, and that's when he lost most of his popularity. And that's also why dwarves that's why Grizzly
is he the one that's sick right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why there's the backlash with his son to go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Thornton.
But yeah, so there's kind of a segmented dwarven society right now where Khazad-Korum dwarves don't really like Khazad-Dreg dwarves, and yeah. Anyway, that's enough lore lesson for right now.
I liked
Unless
it.
you guys have other questions.
I just have
Copper.
one question for
I have a
Grundy.
question for. Okay.
How's that?
Go ahead.
Who's
You're
going
gripping
first?
it. Wait, does someone actually have a real question? Because I'm just trying to like dick around and be Vonnie it because
Yeah,
I miss
Copper.
being Vonnie.
Copper, can you
Yep.
get us to the Dawn Islands, or is that not a thing for you?
Well, if they're sealing it off, they've likely broken all their teleport circles. We
But-
can investigate, but I can't
They
promise
said we
anything.
have a month.
Do you
left.
know the circle for that area, or have a way of getting to know
But
the
it would
circle
be
for that area?
in the library. We would have records of it. We can
Um,
look that up tomorrow.
can
You have
you
one.
do that? So just in case it's like the last day before it closes, we don't have to sail there. We can just vamp.
Yeah. Do you have? Is there one for Marshall? I know it's a trade island that no one seems to like, but I like it, and I have family there. And if I'm never going to see them again,
Yeah,
it's going to be
Nice.
terrible.
Archives.
there's probably one there. Like, yeah, the way the system kind of works is there are a few hub cities where teleportation circles were actually pre-constructed before the city was even there. Assuming of high elven origin or ancient elven origin. So there's these hub cities where you can teleport from, but then other cities have teleportation circles where you only can teleport to. So cities like Morashara you only can teleport to. Nililiendel you can teleport from. Maine you can teleport from, and Barad also.
Well, Copper can teleport wherever just by drawing on the ground. You just
yeah. I'm trying to answer Vonnie's question.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's more like an open portal at the major hubs.
Yeah. So like Morashore, you can only get to there. They don't have an out switch. It's just,
Yeah, it's like
Unless you
it's
can
like,
actually make your own circle.
But
it's
Copper
like Guild
is
Wars
around.
2. Does anybody play Guild Wars 2?
I've played 5 minutes of Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, it's like some of the cities. There's portals to like 20 different locations, but then other cities you pretty much only teleport to them if you don't have higher level teleportation. But yeah.
And depending on how serious the elves are about keeping, maybe working their own magics to prevent teleportation.
You can at least. I don't think they would completely seal it off until the exact date. So
Because I'm sure there's plenty of
we can
people waiting.
investigate. I wouldn't attempt
Yeah,
to
if you could
teleport
just
there
look it up.
without blindly.
Well, you are you saying that you cannot get? Are they okay? Aethys, you said that they're not letting people out. Do you know how long that they're going to be sealing this for? Where was your information from?
I don't know how long, but they gave us a date when it would happen.
Right on. All right. Great.
It was a trio of elvish emissaries.
Okay. I wish I could have talked to them. We don't really have. Whatever. All right. Yay. All right. Now I need
I'm
to.
sure you will be able to find some information about it in the city. There's enough high elves around here.
Okay, and we can ask one of the two, the Magnus and the other guy. We have to ask anyway.
Right.
Be cautious though. Don't mention those names without due consideration.
Right.
Codes means that this is information that's supposed to be secret.
Okay.
I need a rest.
Yes.
Are you?
well,
You are welcome to sleep here.
do I have a place to sleep, Chad? That I've like taken care of, or do I like?
You are welcome to sleep at Copper's house. He has extra beds.
That is true. I have a list of inns in Barad somewhere that I could
Well,
pull.
if I have to pay for it, I don't really want to do it. But you know, if I had, yeah, I'll stay.
Hide a bed. I'm a wizard. There's like 7 hide a beds. Hide a beds inside hide a beds.
Yeah, so there's the Bay Tavern by the appropriately named Bay Town. You get the feeling that everyone in Barad is very, very literal in how they name things.
Not much imagination.
Naming things.
There's someone has a label maker, and there's just labels all over the town.
Well, it's like there's New Town, and then there's Old Town, and then there's the Undertown or Undercity. Anyway, yeah. So there's the Bay Tavern in Baytown, which is a bit of a jaunt. There's the Excited Fox, and the Beggar's Bowl, and the most famous of the lot, the Bastion.
Which is also the alcohol repository of the city.
But do they have full breakfast and,
Yes.
you know, and a pool?
No.
I need free Wi-Fi. And, you know, all
you
those.
You are in the far north in the equivalent of November. So
So no Wi-Fi for you.
no
No
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, no pool. Well, I'll stay at Copper's house, because at least I know the Wi-Fi password.
Very good. That's probably a bit crammed. I don't know if professors' homes are.
On a floor, we'll get by again.
Yeah.
Can I sleep on the floating carpet?
Nope, because I have it.
Can I attempt to slide that from Aethys?
It's a giant, huge thing in my
May
bag.
I attempt to slide that from Aethys?
I mean, okay, here, the way I picture it, Aethys is probably like sitting in a corner, just like slowly stroking the carpet. So probably not.
May I attempt to slide that from Aethys?
If you
Plus, I have a really high passive perception, and it's very.
Alright, I'm trying it. I'm gonna stealth.
If you want to wait for Aethys to fall asleep and sneak past Honor and his passive.
AKA trance, because I don't even sleep.
Oh yeah, we don't sleep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like a daydream type of thing.
Give my beds to you, Grundy. You get the upstairs bedroom.
Wait, can I bunk with Grundy? If you'll...
You're probably
want?
best if you pull up the cushions of the couches and make yourself a bed.
Never mind.
I don't think any of my beds are your length.
Oh. This is accurate. I am tall. Alright. Well, it's good to be back. I missed you all so much. I'm sure we'll all
Good to see you again.
catch up and stuff. Ulrich! Damn! Did you get taller?
I don't think so. I think
Oh.
I gained a little weight.
Can you?
Good night, you lot. Turn on the lamp when you go to bed.
Good night, Copper.
Yes, Mom.
Die.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Mom.
Good night,
and
I
Dad.
love carpets.
Good night.
All right, you all find your resting places for the night, all kind of with very different thoughts running through your head. Vonnie, it's strange being this far from home, but comforting to be with your chosen family. Grundy, it's uncommon for you to feel like an outsider in your nation, but it's especially.
You're
No,
You're roboting, Chad. Sorry.
Me too.
Is there still a place to do like long rest on the character sheet anymore?
Yeah, man, gotta reset all my spells.
Oh, I'm excited. I get it back. Because I wasted all of my highest level ones for like no reason.
Yeah, I know, you're like, this is gonna be a 6th level spell? I'm like, why, dude?
For 3 hit points.
Okay.
Woo! That's what we like to see. So, while Aethys is asleep, I would like that 30
Trancing.
stealth while Aethys is trancing, I would like
With-
that 30 stealth.
With honor on guard.
Well,
You already
Aethys
got
is
stung once. Don't you remember
Well,
that?
Well, no, that was too long ago.
Okay.
There's lots that happens in between there.
So Sean,
Yeah.
While Aethys is trancing with honor on guard, I would
Hold
like
on.
that 30 stealth.
let me fight this fight for whoever. Okay, so as you're trancing, I'm gonna assume that you're considered blinded, which gives you
Okay.
disadvantage on perception checks. However,
That's
you have honor, which I would kind of give you advantage on checks for. So in this instance, I will give you.
However, Grundy is snoring, and
I will
so
give
is
you-
Ulrich.
I'm upstairs.
Interrupting.
Boyle, you're sawing logs.
I will give you a straight perception check to see if you can sense Bonnie's stealing your carpet. Unless if you're sleeping on it.
She's trying to tug it out of my bag of holding.
Oh, is that what's
Or
happening?
can I just grab his bag of holding?
And it's huge. I mean, she could try and
Can I-
grab my bag of holding, technically.
Can I just grab his bag of holding?
Okay. Here's the
That'd be
deal.
easier.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Okay, here we
Alright,
go.
guys,
We're
alright,
getting
guys,
really,
alright.
we're getting really nitpicky here over this carpet. So, Vonnie,
It's funny.
you have an enchanted cloak, which gives you advantage in stealth. However, in this circumstance, I would have given you a disadvantage. Aethys, same thing but opposite. So both of you, you can roll one stealth check, which you already did, and then Aethys, you can roll your perception check.
Natural one. Natural one. Natural one.
Oh.
Natural one.
So Vonnie,
Yes.
as you're kind of creak into the room,
I gotta practice my stealth skills before I gotta put him in the field, so this is good. It's good practice.
kind
Been a
of
while.
tiptoe in, kind of your shadow being cast across the wall with the light flooding in through the hallway. You tiptoe in, reach slowly for Aethys' bag of holding, cut it off his belt. With it in hand, you kind of start tiptoeing back to the middle of the room.
Doesn't she have to do a sleight of hand check?
Oh, right. Yes, you do. You
Yeah.
absolutely do. Okay. Same thing. So roll your sleight of hand normal and make this perception roll.
Alright.
I'm sure she's gonna do it, because 17 isn't hard to beat.
Dear Hermes!
No, you can do it again, Sean.
Baby,
Oh, we do
back
another
me up!
perception check? Okay.
Alright. Motherfucker.
I'm so happy.
Can I use luck? I'm using luck! I'm gonna luck that. She's new.
That's
I haven't earned any
Not
experience
much better.
today.
still better.
It's not a natural one.
Okay, so you managed to cut the bag of holding off, but unwisely with your just ridiculous unwilling to wait any longer than you have to. In the very middle of the room where Grundy is sawing logs and Aethys is, sleeping perfectly like a monk. You turn around with your back towards them and start trying to pull and heft out the carpet, but it's much taller than you've anticipated, and it kind of topples over like a falling Christmas tree and lands right on top of Aethys' head.
I'm gonna grab it and just run out of the room. Can
Do I have my spell slots back?
Yeah. No.
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 that
You
would
get him.
still
You get
be
him back
awake.
at. You get him back at dawn.
Yeah, boy. As soon as that happens, I'm just gonna bear hug it and then just run out of the room.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
Me? Make
Yeah.
an intelligence check? That's not
Yep.
a good idea. That's the one thing I have a 1 in. That's not even fair.
Yes.
I'm using luck!
So
Look! I'm about to
She's
go
using-
sleep! Oh, okay, I didn't realize okay, 19. That's better. I have 1 luck point
Look
left.
at the doorway, bounce off, and run back
Yeah,
out.
yeah. As you grab the carpet lengthwise, you start running towards the door, and you're like, "Wait, I'm not going to fit through." And then you just point toward or forward as you kind of stab the carpet through the doorway and continue running down the hall.
Can I do something as she runs out?
Yeah, both you guys roll a. Yeah, just do it.
I would just like this to be said. I am in my pajamas, which are feety pajamas with a hood. So, I'm in my feety pajamas right now.
I'm commanding her to come back and give it to me. Grovel! Grovel's the one.
No!
The one where...
It just says
Yeah.
target falls prone.
Okay,
No,
That's
it's-
all it says. It doesn't say anything.
It's
It just
drop.
says target falls prone.
Okay, Bonnie, make your saving throw.
I'm doing drop.
It's a wisdom saving throw. Fuck you. I want
Nope,
to try.
it's definitely
I want to try
18.
luck on that. I'm gonna luck on that one too. That's my last
She's
one.
using... That's her third one. Yes. So she definitely drops it, and I take it back, and I am so ready to get into this.
Okay, so as you're running through the hallway, you hear Aethys' kind of still small voice almost call from behind you, "Drop," and you absent-mindedly You absentmindedly drop the carpet as you're sprinting forward, and with your haste and your speed, you actually make it about 6 feet down the hallway before you have a chance to turn around, like double back to grab the carpet again. Aethys is right there. No, okay.
In his feety pajamas?
I don't know what Aethys sleeps in.
I really hope it's
I feel safe.
funnier.
So it's not gonna be in full like half plate. It's gonna just be in like undergarments. I don't know.
But you sleep in Under Armour? That's so uncomfortable. We're in
Undergarments.
a house. Oh,
Undergarments, yeah.
Under Armour.
So he's in his panties, basically. That's great.
They're like longer. They're not like, you know, tiny whities.
It's a G-string.
Yeah, Sean runs out in his medieval boxer briefs.
Yep.
Okay.
I had the hood up of my hoodie pajamas, my feety pajamas, by the way. Yep.
You hear Copper's door. Guess it is. You hear Copper's door kind of swing open down the hallway as he's rubbing his sleeping eyes, like looking at both of you guys in the hallway.
I smile and wave. Did you miss me?
Are we wasting spell slots today, or are we not? No, I get them back. I get them back at dawn anyway. I'm contagioning her because I want to see if this works anyway.
Fuck her. Alright, bring it on. My
It lasts
constitution
for
is...
7 days, Sean.
It's fine.
Oh, I can dispel it.
We're good.
Mass thingy majiggy.
Alright, what are you giving me?
Flesh rot.
The one that gives her confusion, whichever one that is.
Oh my god.
Is it mine? Yeah, mine fire.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, what's the confusion spell? I want to read that. That sounds exciting.
It makes you pretty dumb.
Oh, these are pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Slimy Doom.
So she has to make 3 checks.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm reading.
And she has no more luck.
That's true.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what save does she have to make though? Like Constitution?
Con save. My Constitution is a +2.
Yeah, it's con, and my DC is 18.
Alright, should I just roll all 3 of them at once?
Yeah, we're not in combat, so sure.
12.
Fail.
21.
Succeed.
6.
6.
How many more do I need?
1. You can do 2 or 3 depending on how.
Okay,
Just keep
so I
rolling.
need... Okay, tell me when to stop.
Okay, so yeah, you're done. So she's
after
very
succeeding
confused.
on... Oh, you've got to succeed on 3 saving throws.
Can I keep rolling to like succeed?
No, she
since I
failed
failed
3.
the first 3. Scheiße.
She has to succeed 3 before she fails 3, I think.
And she failed 3.
Yeah, so, Vani, as you reach down to grab the carpet, Aethys not even reacting, just standing there with his arms on his hips, basically, like, framed in the doorway. You feel your mind, like, fire.
He just probably, like, flicks me in the forehead or something.
Wait, Vonnie, roll a 1d10.
It's a touch spell.
Roll a 1d10. Okay, I can do a hit, whatever.
Boom. 2.
1d20 plus 13.
What are you rolling for?
I'm assuming that gets you in your pajamas.
Oh, a 13? It's... Yeah. Okay, so unarmored is 10 plus my dex.
Yeah, so it beats it.
So, that'd be 15. 10 plus my dexterity modifier is 15.
So she just sits there looking dumb, because she rolled a 2. She doesn't take any actions for all of her turns.
I just start crying. I just sit on the floor and I just start crying. Like, so confused. Where am I? Why am I not at home? These are not my silk feety pajamas. These are the
This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife.
Stop my beautiful... I have marble floors. I just, like, start whimpering and just, like, cuddling.
I'm just gonna leave her there.
Pull my hood down.
And I'm gonna, like, close the door and lock it, and then go back to sleep.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Going to
Vonnie is like sobbing loudly on the floor.
That's where we'll call it a week.
No one messes with my carpet.
Alright.
Oh, I forgot it lasts 7 days, not just like the duration of the spell, which is a minute. Oh, sorry.
Jedi.
So now you're gonna have to deal with like
crying like Dwight.
Yeah.
Oh god. Hold on.
I'm so happy that finally worked.
Oh my gosh. Well, welcome.
Might dispel magic
Welcome
and
back, Bonnie.
Yeah, welcome back, Bonnie.
Back to the club.
I missed the shenanigans, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Even though they didn't really work out for you.
They never work out for me. That's why they're so fun.
Yeah, fun for the rest
It's
of
worked
us.
for you like twice. I feel like I've fallen in the water or something before.
Wait, really? Oh, are you just spelling magic? No, these are magical pajamas! I'm kidding. They're fine.
Oh man. Alright, that's where
Wait,
we're
how did they know what happened? Do they just find her sitting there dumb in the morning?
She's just like, oh no, I'll be
Oh, no,
still
I
sobbing.
said-
I'll just sob all night.
wander out into the hallway hearing all the commotion.
Yeah.
Oh, you just find Bonnie
Top
like
came
in
in
the
the rev-
stupidest stupor you've ever found a drunk
She's
person in.
like scream crying because she doesn't know what's going on. She had an anxiety attack.
Oh man, everyone
I'm
gets
so happy that worked.
everyone gets 2,000 XP. Those of you who were on time get 2,250.
Sorry. Okay,
Wait,
I
who
was
does?
not on time.
Everyone who was on time.
Chad, can you put that in for me? Because I already got out of roll 20. Because it takes a ton of data.
But if you don't kill his
Yeah.
bodyguards, then they'll all come with him.
Oh, you got 2,000 because I was late, right?
What's more fun is if you.
Yeah.
But I was listening to the dub track.
Even though I wasn't in the battle.
I gotta have that. I gotta have that.
Action
reward
balls.
for being on time.
But I was listening to the dub track. Philip.
What?
That's
Philip.
why I didn't penalize you.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
It's
Yeah,
not
like that
penalty.
guy, four bodyguards.
It's a reward for everyone else.
Yeah.
We get XP.
So, Chad, do I get the same amount even though I battle?
Yeah.
Good role playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah. Make up for it.
spelling the magic. Actually, no. It's like you need a greater restoration. Can you heal this?
I'm just gonna say it's dispelled. It's
How
not.
much
Okay.
XP, Chad?
Okay. Good.
2,000. If you're here on time, you get the extra bonus thing.
I don't-
What's the
I
extra?
wasn't. I was like 750.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 2,000.
Oh, I wasn't that late. Philip was.
It's supposed to be 730.
I know.
He wasn't going to be here at all, so.
Yeah.
I get buzzed
should
for
get-
showing up.
Well,
at
don't
eight.
don't
Whoa.
just guys, don't just gang up on me like that. That's not very nice.
500 XP.
Alright,
Thanks
good
for
night,
playing,
Phil.
guys.
Good night.
Good night.
I like that one.